All right, we're live. Hola Madridistas. Welcome to. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is the last preview for this La Liga season. What a season it has been, yeah. And not a particularly fun one towards the end, but we did have our hopes up in January at least. How are you guys feeling? There's a lot of things and shit. I can even call it shit. There's a lot of shit revolving around the club. On the internet, apparently we've been asked to not believe everything on the internet. So, how are you guys feeling, Sunit?
No, man, we are not real people. We are just.
The way you said shit is revolving around the club, like, do you, by that, do you mean that there is a space field around the club that keeps attracting these weird players, random names?
It's not just
Kai Havertz.
yeah,
Really?
man.
Really? Kai Havertz? Papa Flo has been impressed by Kai Havertz ever since we played Chelsea. What sort of bullshit is that? Like, I've seen Kai Havertz, in his flesh. He's bang average. Bang average, man. Why are we getting linked with all these also runs?
I mean, Kai is not a new name. Even before Kai even went to Chelsea, like he's been linked to Real Madrid for a very long time, though.
I know, but he went to Chelsea and we saw what he can do at the top level. Like, it's not good enough.
That I honestly don't think that's the case, because the point is that Kai Havertz is not the primary goal scorer. Like, he's not going to be your primary person to get you goals. But I can tell you this, Sunay. If Kai Havertz gets to play with Vinicius and Rodrigo, you would see a different level to them. This is what I'm telling you honestly. He's not the person who's going to score you the goals. If you ask him to score the goals, then you're on your own. But if you have goal-scoring players like Vini and Rodrigo in your team, I do believe Kai is a very, very good option.
And the amount, what do you reckon? It'll be 60, 50.
Bro, that's very cheap.
Jacob, get out of here, bro. Straight up.
That's the thing, man. Like, I mean,
just
honestly,
walk away.
I mean, they have stupid American owners, man. So just give them 15 million and forget about the whole deal, man. I mean, Kai is 23, 24, something like that.
Yeah, he's young. Age is on his side. He's 23.
You remember, I actually asked you guys, like, what did you think about the value of Havertz was during the Europa League final?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Javier said some 60 million.
Yeah, it was before this rumor league. I think this is a very serious thing. Like, Real Madrid really do want to sign him.
The fuck, bro? I can't believe this shit, man.
Yeah, I even saw a news that Ancelotti really liked him as well. Not just Papa
I don't know
Flo.
about Ancelotti, but Florentino, like, he does really like him. And I think even before he went to Chelsea, we had a deal in place to sign him, but because of the COVID thing, it really got like messed up. And then Chelsea came in with whatever obnoxious number they came in with. So he went to Chelsea, but I think it's a real thing, and I think he's probably going to come to Madrid, irrespective of what happens to Benzema.
Oh, really? Irrespective of Benz?
Yeah, I don't think he's being signed to replace Benzema per se. He's being signed because of his creative aspect. He's probably not going to play as a striker. It's more like he's a player who's versatile, who can play as a cam, as a winger, and as a striker. All three positions can be covered by him. So that's probably one of the reasons they're going to go for him. If Benzema does leave, the target is going to be Kane. It's not going to be Havertz.
He's left-footed, so he can slot into the right wing spot and whatnot.
Yeah, but personally, I think he struggles a bit. I think his best position is probably in the midfield. Kind of like Asensio. So I don't really.
Yeah,
like
playing off the 9.
Yeah. I don't really like him as striker or wingers, but I think Kai Havertz is probably like the most serious name we've been linked with, and probably the most likely out of any transfer deals to happen. If Chelsea can name a decent price for him.
Arshan Varghese is in the chat, Jacob. He was asking how is he valued at 60 million. I mean, they're asking what, 70 million for Mount, right? From United.
80 million.
So 80 million. So these guys are smoking some really potent shit, like that.
I think Real Madrid value him similarly.
I mean, that's what I mean.
60 to 70 million.
But have we seen what the market looks like? 60 is a very good price, man.
Yeah.
How much did Newcastle pay for Isak? I think Newcastle paid 42 for Isak or something like that.
But Isak was kind of
Isak scored 5 goals. Isak scored 5 goals in La Liga this season. He went there.
So that's the point. And I mean, you're buying a Champions League winner who is a national team starter, man, for Germany. So it's logical.
Farouk, you are the football guy. Yeah. The guy with the intricate, depth of knowledge and whatever your fans tell you about. But bro, honestly, Kai Havertz Is he really cut for this cloth? Do you really think? I don't
Bro.
think
I
so.
mean, he's probably not cut for your cloth because it's difficult coming to Canada and stuff. But
No, but to be realistic, like
What are
you
you in
guys even
primary school or something? Was that even an attempt at a joke? Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
but honestly, man,
Up
I
your
think
fucking standards.
I think Kai Havertz is pretty good. Eh? He's a pretty talented guy, especially if he plays at the midfield and not as a striker.
And-
I can see why people like him. Not gonna lie.
yeah, it's not just
I mean,
that.
as a
Like,
striker, is not
if-
good, but midfield is probably he's probably up there.
Exactly. Like,
Mm.
Sunil,
Yeah,
would you
you also have to
honestly
look at-
take Asensio over Kai Havertz? I don't think so. Even at 60 mil, I feel like that's kind of a bargain in this market, like Farooq said.
It's not a bargain, but it's a decent
It's not a
price.
bargain.
Bro,
See, the thing is,
I think it is, honestly, because when you see players who move like
Farooq,
players
really?
of similar profile, I mean,
my God.
bro, they paid £100 million for fucking Jack Grealish, bro. What are you talking about?
I get
This
the
is what
market
it is on the
situation,
market.
but we can set ourselves some barriers.
Sadio
no?
Mane moved
No.
at the age of 40, at the age of 30 for 40 mil, man. At the age of 30 for 40 mil.
Yeah, he'll move for 30 million, I think, not 40 million.
I mean, how much did Liverpool pay for Darwin Núñez? How much did we pay for Chouameni? So that's the thing, like, honestly, and you have to take the marketing aspect of that as well. So there's also that as well.
I don't
Kai
really
Havertz
think
is-
a comparison between Chouameni and Havertz is free. Chouameni was coming off a brilliant season. Havertz, like, you know, but I do agree that it's okay. For maybe it's a little bit overpay, but I think it's a decent price for him if it's like around 60 million. It's definitely not a bargain, but I don't really think that you could get him for less.
Hassan shares my sentiment. You see that?
Yep.
60 million. Bomba clad. Let me put it this way. Yeah, 60 million. If it's being paid over like 4 years, maybe I'll say okay, whatever. Yeah, but 60 million up front for this guy, man, I don't think so. 35 million, I'll take it. Because see,
I mean, I
you
don't
wanna-
really understand what you mean by 60 million over 4 years and 60 million over 1 year.
I don't know. Installments or something. I don't know. I'm not a
Every
banker.
transfer
but
fee
I'm
is paid in installments. It's not
Exactly.
The way I was thinking is maybe the add-ons add up to 60 million, 40 million, 35 million odd in one fee, one sum, and then the other stuff over the span of like 3-4 years. But my main problem is Kai Havertz, bro. I was a fan of Kai Havertz, yeah. Like I really thought this guy was really going somewhere, but the way he has fallen off a cliff for the last,
I mean,
two
they're asking
and a
him to
half
play as a
years.
striker. Like he's not a striker.
This is
Even
the
if
thing.
you're
He's
not a
the
striker, you should be able to at least put the ball in the back of the net, like
Nah.
once in a while.
Is he
Once in a
Chelsea's
while.
top scorer? Is he Chelsea's top scorer?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. Is he?
So now the thing is that he's been asked to be the primary goal getter. Kai was never that, and he's never that, and will never be that. So this is the thing. When he comes, that's why I say to you, when he comes to Real, he's not going to be the primary goal getter. This is the key thing here. Honestly.
Bro, he played behind one of the best strikers of our generation, man. La Kaka, no? No? I don't know. You tell me. Because I thought he was playing off of a striker then. I didn't see much of an improvement. I'll be honest.
Anyways, man,
Anyway.
it is what it is.
I don't
like,
really know what the point over there is.
because it's funny, man. It's funny when you hear us being linked with average players. I don't know.
Sunaid, what's the alternative? This is, I think, a better question.
Yep.
See, for me, a guy like Oscar Witz, I know his injury record is very poor, but maybe someone like him, because when I look at when you mentioned Isak, right? In my humble opinion, Isak was never that great, but he had something about him. We can all agree on that, at least, I guess, right? He has good movement, also like okay. Good finishing, not very great, but he can do the job sometimes. But there was something about Isak where he was a little bit raw, right? Kai Havertz, when I see him, and he has been playing at the top level for like what 4 or 5 years now, the stagnation seems to concern me. That's
Bro,
just
like,
me, bro.
Most of that is due to Chelsea, right? It's just the team that he plays in. How can a player like I believe even if Messi goes there in Chelsea, he'll look like shit.
I think Messi
But
looks share PSG, so it's not really done.
Right. The point is, bro. Yeah, Chelsea doesn't have themselves. Yeah, like I can totally vouch for that. But even in that dire couple of seasons, they had some standout players, and he was never one of them.
Who
Like
were the standout
I
players?
don't.
I think Kai Havertz is like one of Chelsea's better players, probably.
I mean, the season they won the UCL, Kai was the guy.
That was 3 years ago, bro. Now 3.5 years ago.
Bro, put
Mine is
into
2 years
perspective.
ago.
After they won the Champions League, what happened? Russia invaded Ukraine. They asked Abramovich to sell the club. He sold the club. There was certain uncertainty. Thomas Tuchel left. This guy came with 50 players and 50. I don't know what's happening. So it's not like he just
But that
decided
was
to
this
stop playing
season, though,
Chelsea.
bro.
No,
There was
bro,
2
this is
seasons.
last season, man. That's last season. That's last season. Like they sold the club last season, bro, not this season. Like
No.
the whole selling of Chelsea started since that season, bro.
But it
Where
was
they had-
finalized and Todd Bowley entered the house this season, no? Am I?
No, man, it was at the end of last season, man.
I smoke too much weed, man. Anyway, leave it. Right. So just let's move on from Kai Havertz because some guys rate him. He's a very polarizing player. I know for a fact that he is, But let's see if the fee is right. If it is under 50 million,
You're
might
not gonna get
give
him
it a
under
pass.
50 million. No choice. No chance.
then we are just being fucked around in the transfer market again. Honestly, I'm not for it, man. Harry Kane,
Bro,
90 million,
we
100 million.
we
No
sit here
chance.
and pay almost 100 mil for Chouameni, and you're not being fucked around. You're just now being fucked around for paying
Chouameni
50
is
mil for Kai. Man, I don't know.
Chouameni
how
is
that-
at least a specialist in his position. He can do something that has a set of parameters that we can get behind, right? Kai Havertz is a jack of all trades, master of none. He has not one single outstanding trait that I can say, yeah, this guy is good at this. So that's my problem. But anyway.
I'm
Let's,
sorry, you're angering me with your constant comparison of Chouameni and Kai Havertz. Because Chouameni, when he came, was actually good.
Chouameni
Yeah.
is not bad. I'm not saying
Chouameni
Chouameni
the
is bad.
first
But what
half-
I'm saying is
first
that
half
the
of the
price of
season,
Chouameni
like-
was inflated. The price of Chouameni was inflated.
Yeah, man,
That's the thing.
I mean,
Chouameni is
it was
by
what
no
he was worth,
no
right?
ways like a world beater. He's not getting into a starting position.
Chouameni is not a world beater.
I don't think so.
I mean, he took France to the final.
Not yet. He's not yet. He will get there. That's the thing. He's on the way there. It's fine. Like he's gonna get there. But I don't know. I just feel like the price for
See,
Chouameni
Mo,
also-
this is the narrative people wanna just erase from their imagination. The very fact that Kamavinga got like a major bulk of time coming on from the bench last year turned our season around, right? If Chouameni had that liberty, I'm pretty sure we are going to be talking about Chouameni in the same way people have been talking about
I mean,
Kamavinga.
Bro, what are you
I
talking
also-
about? Am I
I-
gonna pay 100 million euros for a player that's gonna come off the bench and impact? The reason why
It's his first
Kamavinga
fucking
had
season, bro.
that, the reason why Kamavinga had that was because Kamavinga was bought as a supplement to the team. Chouameni was bought as a person for the here and now. He was the reason why the club was
I'm
letting.
pretty sure Chouameni was bought in to succeed Casemiro in the future. He wasn't bought in as a player for the here and now. And Chouameni,
Circumstances made it. Yeah.
Chouameni, what he did in the first half of the season has been better than what Havertz has done, like at any point in time in his Chelsea career.
Yeah,
I don't think
with
so,
respect to his
man. I don't
position,
think
man.
so. I don't think so, man. Honestly, under Thomas Tuchel,
I was super
Kai
hyped.
was
I still
really good.
remember. I still
Kai
remember
was
the
really
Chelsea
good
was
under
just
Thomas Tuchel, man. Honestly, so that man, he led them to a Champions League
bro,
history, man.
exactly. See, I'm agreeing with you, right? See, for the 2020 final, I still remember vividly. I was rooting against City. I was with my mate, Chelsea guy, and I was raving about Kai Havertz and how much he's helping up Chelsea open up avenues, where City was picking them off for fun. This guy was actually, creating a lot of space. But then he was 19, 20. So yeah, he had some rough edges. Yeah, like he'll properly come out the other end as a more mature player. But whenever I see him play, he doesn't have that sense of authority to his play, man. I don't know. It reminds me again of a guy like Odegaard. When things are going good, he looks the best player on the pitch. Yeah, but when you're up against it, he gets missing. Kai Havertz gets missing too many times for me. Right.
It is what it is, man. But
yeah,
speaking
Jacob,
about just
go for
just
it.
some comments, right? So Hassan says Sky Havertz is potentially just an Asensio replacement. So maybe do you guys value Asensio at 60 million in this market?
No.
So we're trading Asensio for a worse player, in your opinion?
Yeah, my opinions is gonna piss Farouk off again. Okay, but that's just the reality. Yeah, like Asensio gets you goals, and getting goals is the most difficult aspect in my opinion in the game. So
How many
when
goals does
someone
Asensio
does it,
get you? How many goals does Asensio got you?
he has
How
gotten
many?
some important goals. I'm not gonna state every single fucking one of
What
them,
goal is
but
more important than winning the UCL, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You have your opinion, but I'm just telling you. I rate
No,
Asensio's.
I'm asking you the same thing. It's just facts. How many goals have Asensio got in you? How many goals has Havertz got in Chelsea? They're almost equal. I don't know the numbers actually, but I can tell you the difference will be more than 2 or 3 goals. I haven't checked any stat, but
I'm pretty sure Havertz scored more than Asensio this season. I think he got
So that's
14 or
the thing.
15 and Asensio like 13.
So
Wow.
that's why I tell you the difference is going to be more than 2 or 3 goals. Whatever Asensio is giving you, Havertz are going to give you the same. There is no difference. The point is, okay, let's not, put something where it is not. Honestly, like Asensio was the person who was promised, who failed to deliver on that promise. It's not like we're replacing the Cristiano or anything. Even I believe that even if Oselu comes, he's going to give us the 10 goals that Asensio gives us. So close the market. There is no need to, go for anyone.
We bought Asensio for 4 million.
And
Kai Havertz is going to cost you 65 odd million, which I'm not a fan of. Simple as.
Okay, then keep Asensio then. I mean, that's other alternative.
I would rather, honestly, like I rate him. I had lost hope in him like a couple of years ago, but he has turned it around. I'm happy for him. Not gonna lie.
Then. Okay.
Let's see, man. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah,
Let's see how this
Asensio
develops.
is going to PSG, so you can't really.
Yeah, Asensio's gone. I know, but I'm telling you, I like the guy, man.
Sure. So Hassan says, bro, James Madison is available. Get him instead. Do you guys rate him highly?
What the fuck? Holy man! I mean,
He's average. If Arsenal win them, then no, not good enough.
Wait, I did I hear correctly? Like James Madison of Leicester City, who just get relegated, right? The same guy.
Yep.
Okay.
He used to look good like 3 years ago, but that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
He was good. He was good this season, but for the last 2 seasons, he's been really bad. Actually, as you said 3 years ago as well, he was good. But I think Jacob was saying something. I think about the stats or something like this. You said something. I don't know.
No.
Because I don't know, man. I just feel like James Madison. Nah, man. I think it's.
Oh, the stats. He has told you the stats, right? Like the common. Where is the common, Jacob? 19 goals and assists. 19 G+A. Yeah. For relegated Leicester, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like he's not nothing to scoff at, but he's not real mental quality. No.
Actually, the thing is that we have to also put in the fact that everything runs through James Madison at Leicester. You understand? When it comes to Real Madrid, nothing's gonna run through him. He has to run through things. You understand? Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I honestly I respect James Madison and what he has done. He tried to give Leicester as much as he could. Him and Harvey Barnes, but I don't think he's caught for this shirt, man. Like
when they were in a good moment, him and what's the other guy's name? Tielemans were highly sought after. Like they weren't exactly.
Actually, I still genuinely believe that Tielemans is one of the top 5 Premier League midfielders. I genuinely believe that because I just can't think. I think he goes to Liverpool, he starts. He goes to Newcastle, he starts. He goes to Chelsea, he starts. I think City might be the only team he doesn't start at. He goes to Arsenal, he starts. I think City is the only team he doesn't start at in when you check the top 5, top 6 teams in the Premier League. Well, for some reason, I actually think there's an issue with Tielemans. I genuinely think it might have a personal issue. Because the thing is, I think you can be that good and remain at Leicester for that long. I actually genuinely believe that there might be some things that is, deterring a lot of clubs away from him. Actually,
it's in the head, man. Like Harry Kane.
No one is even going. I mean, at least for Harry Kane wanted to go and Levy's the Levy guys not letting him go when City came for him before they bought Haaland. But for Tielemans, there is no issue of a rejected bid or anything. There's always gonna be talks. but like there has not been any bids for Tielemans till date. So
I
I
think
think
the
there
hype
is something
doesn't-
there.
everybody got priced out of Tielemans.
That was a while ago for 60 million, but now he's a free agent, right? Or something?
After that, it was about running the contract down. So he's gonna be a free agent. We'll see where it goes.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
About James Maddison, I think there are also some issues about his attitude, right? Because I remember reading that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
which British player doesn't have an attitude problem? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't want to be
British, so
racist
they don't
or
really
whatever.
Bellingham. My baby.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, Bellingham didn't grow up in England, so that's the advantage.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't, grow up football-wise at least,
Yeah.
So that's one.
He's only
positive we
still
have, at least.
19, so there's still time to be notorious, but he's not that guy. So
Hopefully, you never can tell.
okay,
Yep.
Farooq.
But speaking about other forwards that we can actually go forward with, apparently Nkunku is available from Red Bull. So Chelsea are going for him.
Went to
Did you-
Chelsea. Why?
Chelsea.
Nah,
When is he
Oh.
we went
available?
to Chelsea.
He already went.
He went to
Oh, wow.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
So why couldn't we go for someone like him? Like he's pretty much perfect for the
Nah,
counter-attacking setup, right?
Bro, they signed him since last year, man.
Oh.
They
That's
signed him since
Nkunku,
last
yeah,
year.
would have cost us way too much when we are being obsessed with the turtle. Like that's the thing
Boy,
that puts us.
It's
I
60
mean,
though, like Chelsea.
Nkunku he plays his best when he's playing off of a striker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not exactly an out and out striker either. Yeah,
He's gonna be in the same, same.
Kai
like,
Havertz.
Kai
Yeah, bracket.
Havertz, Asensio, and everybody. So I think the pressing need for the team is to find a Benzema replacement.
Definitely, honestly, because I always see I I don't know if you guys came across that. I see like people talking about like, okay, you're gonna get Haaland. Kylian Mbappe. But I'm actually wondering, like, do people actually follow PSG and know that the root of his problem with Paris is that they promised him to get him a Giroud-like player who is gonna be the striker that he's gonna play off of, and he has to, like, as he calls it in French, I don't know the French word, but it translates to anchor man. He needs that number 9 to play off of
He's
Kylian
a
Mbappe
pivot.
to work. Exactly, that pivot. You understand? He needs that pivot to play off of. So
Center
buying
forward.
Mbappe and putting him as a number 9, then isn't that the same recipe for disaster as well?
Farooq, I think the issue isn't the fact that people want him. The issue more is that Florentino wants him. So, he's always going to be the be-all, end-all of Real Madrid's transfer strategy. Even the reason why they're going for Kai Havertz this season is because they think he can play in a forward line with Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian
and
Mbappe,
would
right.
not cause problems.
So we had actually put out a poll a couple of days ago, and on our page. So I asked them, would you rather wait for Mbappe on a free 24-25 or sign a top striker for the now? 59% agreed with the common sentiment that we need someone top right now, yeah. But 41% were okay with Mbappe. So it's like 55, percent like in favor of getting someone. But you see, the thing is the public sentiment is skewed in such a way that the club's mentalities may be manifesting them. That
I mean, it's Kylian Mbappe, right? It's Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
If you get Kylian Mbappe,
Yeah.
you sign Kylian Mbappe. There is no other thing apart from that. So,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
But it's
even if he
still a
plays
year
even
down
if he
the
plays
line.
in striker or right back or right winger, he's still gonna get those 40 goals a season, no matter what. Maybe we don't perform that well in the Champions League in those big games, but I feel like he's
if
still
Kylian
gonna.
Mbappe comes, I'm pretty sure they'll play Rodrigo at striker and accommodate Mbappe on the wings somehow.
Hmm.
Let me just go out and come back in. Yeah, my Zoom got stuck again. Just give me a second.
I don't know. I just kind of, I genuinely feel that if the whole Kylian Mbappe thing works out, like, I feel like some difficult discussions need to be had with Rodrigo, most especially, I feel like, because I kind of believe like it's honestly, I don't
There's
know.
actually a report on the Spanish media, Relevo today. I think that's how it's pronounced. And they said that if Florentino Perez's dream is to have Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe play in the forward line. So I don't really think there will be a difficult discussion to be had.
Well, the point is, like, I mean, so far, have we seen that much for, Rodrigo to be that pivot player? Like, is that going to happen though? And
like me
what's the
personally,
whole
I
Haaland
dislike
thing?
it a lot. I dislike it a lot. See, Haaland thing, I'll be honest with you, this is something that probably goes against popular wisdom, but Florentino is not going to pay 200 million for Haaland because he doesn't think, the board don't think he brings the marketing value to, to
Yeah, he's from
to
Norway. They're
justify
just
that.
literally 3 million people there.
The only player he's gonna pay 200 million for is like Kylian Mbappe. So you just have to keep that in mind. That's the truth of it. Even if I disagree with it, that's that's what it is.
But I mean, the point is like away from the market value, though, like Haaland is a guaranteed. I mean, 40 goal a season, man, and 40 goal a season at least gives you La Liga.
But
Worst case
you
scenario.
have to understand for Real Madrid, it's also important when we are spending transfer fees that that the player we buy somehow can recoup that. So does Erling Haaland have that market value? I think that's the real question.
But I think the point is Haaland's going to develop that
Like
value
for
as
me
well,
personally,
because...
I would pay 200 million for Erling Haaland. Before people start hitting on me, I would pay 200 million for Erling Haaland. But it's not about me. It's about Florentino, what he thinks.
I mean, I can understand the thing. Obviously, like, Mbappe is always going to be the guy. Like, if the dream is to have Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vini play together, then so be it. Let's see how it goes. But I'm not too convinced that that's a very, very, feasible attacking lineup, honestly.
Yeah, for me personally as well, I think a lineup of Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Haaland is much better than a Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. Exactly. I agree with that, I think. But the problem is like what Florentino thinks, and Florentino wants Mbappe. So, that's where everything comes to. And the fact of the matter is, like, Erling Haaland chose to go to City last year when Real Madrid had been chasing him for a year. They asked him to wait for 1 year. He said no, he wasn't going to wait. He did a whole documentary in which he said that his choice was City, Bayern, and then Real Madrid. So I don't really know if he's going to come. And then you hear all those rumors about, him negotiating a new contract with City, potentially, staying at City under 25, 26. So is Real Madrid going to wait for a striker till then? Probably not.
No way.
Crazy, man. The bigger thing though is like we just keep talking like Sinead was saying, like he put up the poll on the page and all that. What if Mbappe doesn't come then? I mean, we all talk like it's like we're talking uncertainties, like, okay, let's wait for 2024 and shit like that. I mean, like, we've been here.
Personally, I'm telling you, right? I think the most pressing thing Real Madrid need to do is like sign a striker right now. The only way we don't sign a striker is Benzema, if Benzema decides to stay. If Benzema leaves, then there's no other option other than signing a striker.
Yeah.
And a Harry Kane for that matter. Just a Harry Kane, nobody else.
I don't think Harry Kane is going to be the one. Probably somebody like Lautaro or something.
Man. Someone like what?
Lautaro, he's the second choice behind the Harry Kane.
He can only play.
It's not my choice. Okay.
He can only play in
a
He can only play in a two-striker system. We either play 4-4-2 or just bin him because he can't do the lone striking.
The thing is, like with Harry Kane, Real Madrid don't want to negotiate with Tottenham. It's because of Daniel Levy. They don't really want to negotiate with Tottenham. Yesterday there was a news that Harry Kane rejected a move to Bayern. And then, we keep hearing from England that Harry Kane wants to chase down that record of the English top goal scorer. Yeah. He's probably going to run his contract down, go to United, because the only time he agitated for a move was to City, the English club. So he's probably going to go to United again. We don't really know if he
But the question is, though,
you have to look at the market beyond Harry Kane.
I said to you guys in the group, let's go to Nigeria and get Victor Osimhen. 150 cool million euros gets you him and his whole entourage, guys. And it gets me also in the package. So
we already have you.
150 million. We are never going to pay that money for Osimhen. It's just against the club strategy trend that we usually see. Osimhen, maybe if he has two more big seasons.
There was a rumor actually that Kolo Muani was offered to Real Madrid. I think it was like today or yesterday.
Everybody's being offered to Real Madrid, but how many of them really are
that's what I'm asking. What are your opinions on Kolo Muani, potentially being the striker we signed? Because obviously Lautaro is not very popular here.
Kolo Muani, I can never forgive him for missing the chance against Argentina. Bomba. My God, man, you're through on goal. You just have to put it either side of the keeper, and he completely misses the shot. Like that could have been what we deserved, for this wretched year. At least that could have been a saving grace. But yeah, man, Kolo Muani, no chance.
No, and Deschamps deserved it, after what he did with Benzema. So
come on.
That's not the thing.
But we did not deserve Argentina winning.
Hands down. No way, The number of generations that are gonna pay for that.
Honestly, I don't really care about Argentina winning.
When you're in a conversation with someone that cares about it, then then you're triggered. That's what happens to me as well. We can't have a conversation now. That was my whole my whole
Is it the whole Messi
pain.
as a Cristiano conversation?
It is the natural conversation.
Okay.
Have it on a daily
Don't you
For
basis.
me,
those kind of
the only
conversations.
thing I hated about the whole thing was the fact that Benzema got robbed of his, FIFA's the best award. That was my only issue with. Otherwise, I don't really care about it because I think Messi didn't really deserve that award.
Right.
I get into some more comments, but yeah, I feel like this comment is like a good segue. So M40 Man City asks us, you got to do something about your squad, guys. All of your guys are aging. So that's one thing, right? We have a bunch of aging players. Maybe in midfield, we've managed to probably cultivate a young core. But then in attack, apart from the striker position, you guys really don't think we don't need another backup at least? A young player coming up the ranks?
Alvaro maybe getting promoted next year. I don't know.
No, but
Like,
bro,
is
that's still
something?
again a
Alvaro is gonna be
striker.
third
Like, what about
striker.
wingers? Like, we just have Hazard as the other winger in the squad after Asensio leaves.
That's a good question. I can't
Actually,
see
there are some rumors about wingers as well, but yeah, I'm gonna hold off for
Diaby.
now. No, not Musa Diaby. Musa Diaby is gonna be pretty expensive as well.
Exactly. Diaby is going to be the King's ransom, man.
There are some rumors about some potential names that might excite people, but right now I'm just gonna hold off on it.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
You can't just leave us in suspense,
Kvaratskhelia,
man.
no chance. No
Huh?
chance. Kvaratskhelia, no chance.
Kvaratskhelia,
Nah,
no,
man.
not Kvaratskhelia, no.
Who is it then? Spit it out.
No,
Oh,
not
wow.
right now. Wait,
wow.
something more concrete.
Nice.
He's talking as if he's fucking Fabrizio Romano. My God, this guy.
What should
Honestly.
be my catchphrase? Farouk, please do help me out.
What should be your catchphrase? No, okay, we will think about it before the end of the show. We'll come up with something.
But yeah, man. Wingers, there are many options that is like low cost for the now, without really like looking ahead. Someone like Mahrez maybe can do the job, but what, he's 31, 30, if I'm not mistaken. How many years of top quality can you ooze out from Mahrez? I know the sports science and whatnot is different nowadays. We can prolong careers and whatnot. I rate the guy, but how easy is it to pry him away from City? And
I mean,
is he
Riyad
gonna
Mahrez is a pretty good player. I think his quality is proven that throughout his career, but I don't really think Real Madrid is interested in him.
What other wingers?
I think players more feasible will be, the players that we actually, have rights over. Like, I mean, Brahim, Kubo. I think those are people that maybe might come into the conversation, And with the departure of Asensio, I kind of feel like definitely they're gonna ask for one of those two guys, either Kubo or Diaz, and most likely it seems like it's gonna be Diaz. I'm not sure. Well, that's the thing right
Brahim
now.
is
But
probably
other than
coming
that,
back to Real Madrid. I think Milan are offering like 20 to 25 million, and
Just take it and run, man. Just take it and run.
25 million for Brahim. I think they should offer more. Personally,
I mean, the point is right
Really?
now we need fathers.
I mean,
You should watch him a
60
bit
million
more.
for Havertz, so
See, that's why I'm actually getting mad. You can't really compare.
So that's the transfer market today. It doesn't matter what we think the player is worth. I think Brahim, we should get more. If you're selling him, if Milan can offer him good riddance. What if we want to go and buy a replacement winger, a substitute winger? How much are we going to be quoted? We're not going to get.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
It's just better
put on the
just
spot, but
that's just how.
But I'm telling you,
Brahim
Milan doesn't
get
have
off
the
bench.
money to pay 50 million,
Yeah, okay.
40 million for
That's
Brahim.
cool. That's cool.
Simple
We're
as.
not a charity either, right?
Who's gonna buy Brahim for 40, 50 million?
Okay, if nobody buys, then why should we be spending 40, 50 million on signing a replacement? Just let him play as a substitute for us.
Yeah, that's the deal. People are gonna write off one more season unless something drastic happens in the window. People like Farouk are
No, man. Honestly, like a player like Diaz, as long as he has the role that Asensio has, that's what I'm cool with. I actually was cool with Asensio's team and having the role he has. But Asensio being a starter in my team, no. Diaz being a starter in my team, no. But if Diaz can come and
But you
understand
know,
the role
a
that
season
he-
is long, 60 odd fucking long. Yeah. So if
Of
one
course,
of them
definitely.
goes down and Brahim has to step up and play like a couple of months back to back, it's a different story. People won't be too kind.
Bro,
I guarantee you.
no one accounts for playing back to back. If Benzema goes injured for 2-3 months, our season is over irrespective. You understand? So
Yep.
it doesn't really matter what back to back is. So when you have a player out for 3 months, 2-3 months already, your season is over. So that's just the thing. You understand? If that happens, it's something that we can control. But what we're talking about now is that all team being equal. Having a body in there, a player like Diaz. Obviously, Diaz isn't the world beater that we all want. But the point is, we need those kind of players. Not everyone can be a Haaland or a Mbappe on the team. I mean, that's just the thing. You understand? We can have those guys. And the thing is that a player like Diaz I want to believe that will
I
understand
like
his role
Brahim,
in the-
man. Come on. Like, you guys are talking as if like I have some agenda against him. I like the guy. He has some very good qualities that we can, be
Bro,
successful.
like, the
off-
problem
off,
was
like,
in Milan whenever he looked the best, he was playing as a CAM and just behind
Yeah.
the striker. But we just
I
don't
think
have that
he was a
position.
10.
Brahim actually plays his best when he's allowed the freedom to attack half spaces.
half
Whenever
spaces.
whenever you ask
But-
him to play too centrally or too out wide, he struggles. So
The thing
I
is,
think
with
if he
us,
can
he'll
play
be playing
those
right
roles-
wing.
Yes, sir. Even if he's starting right, like what did Asensio do? He didn't play out wide. He wasn't
Yeah.
dribbling people. He wasn't picking.
Yeah.
What he was doing was he was playing in the half spaces. And the biggest thing he had was his long shots, and ability to get inside the box. So I think as long as Brahim can play, in those half spaces and create chances, I think somebody will bury them. So he's a backup. He's not a starter, right? So we have to be we have to understand what role he's coming for. For a backup, I think it'll be fine as long as we have a core attacking lineup, like a core attacking line that is set. So if Benzema leaves, we need to get a striker who can start, a top class striker.
We need
And
two
we're getting
strikers if
Jose-
Benzema leaves.
Yeah, so
Two
Jose is coming
strikers.
in, so yeah, it should be fine. As long as
Joselu
Brahim
is
is a
coming
backup.
in. Wow. See how much
Ho-
casually seeing Joselu is coming in. He's not even flinching, man.
Yeah.
I have made my peace with Joselu being the backup striker. So
I mean, he's an upgrade over Mariano.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. Like he can score with either foot. Score bangers with
I mean, when
headers
you
as
look
well.
at it, he's a Spanish international, right? He again called up to Spain's national team, but then you realize that Spain doesn't really have any good strikers.
But the bar is so fucking low for the Spanish national team nowadays. But Joselu, he's a guy who can get you a few goals here and there when needed. But
my
the
issue with
question
Joselu is
is,
only the fact that for Espanyol he's playing continuously, so he's getting a good
Yeah.
rhythm. When he
Yeah.
comes to Real Madrid, he's probably going to be bench
Exactly.
player, and let's see how that happens.
Exactly. This is the issue actually. That continuity is important, and we've seen that these are players that will score 10 goals after playing 38 games. So the point is that Real Madrid, you're gonna play maybe 15 games. So how are you gonna be able to maintain that consistency and that rhythm? Honestly, that's something really, really key here. Honestly, I don't know how that's gonna be.
But
let's see now.
like the rest of you said, I would rather have Joselu over Mariano. So
Honestly, I keep wondering though, why am I not hearing about Marcos Thuram? I keep saying his name on this show, but I don't know why. He's a free agent, man. Why is no one talking about him?
yeah, I agree with you on that, Farouk. I don't understand either why nobody's being linked with Marcus Thuram. Maybe probably he wants a bigger role, or it's an issue of money or something.
I mean, why? I mean, Bobby Firmino has been linked to fucking Real Madrid, man. At the age of 31, why is Thuram not being linked, man? I don't understand.
this is why you guys don't understand the nuances of player profiles. Thuram is again a case like Havertz. He's supposed to be on paper very good physically, very dominant in the air. Can play out wide as well because he has brute force and adequate pace to get past people and whatever. But when I see Thuram, I see someone who is okay. That's it. It's just okay. He's good. He can move the ball around. He has a okay shot in him, but he isn't anything special. But with Firmino, there is you get what is on the label basically, that he is the link up guy. Even if he's on one leg, he can connect the midfield and the attack like effortlessly. So maybe I think maybe that's why maybe Firmino has more suitors than someone like Marcus Thuram does.
I mean, you can't really argue with that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Right. We didn't post this question yet. Yeah. So striker situation, Benzema. Like I've stated my opinion, in the group chat many a time. That I don't really completely am convinced by his unwavering loyalty towards us this season, and he wants to stay, blah blah blah. The internet clowns are doing the rounds, spewing shit and whatnot. I get all that. Like I respect the way he put it, and he was very upfront with the way he responded to the question. But if Benzema actually leaves, right, and it if it happens, I'm pretty sure like Benzema, when he talks with Perez and whatnot, like he's not gonna leave us hanging and do the transfer. The club is not gonna allow the transfer to be delayed, like one month or even half a month into the transfer window per se. But if he leaves and someone like Kane is out of the equation, like who do you really get? Like we haven't had a concrete name that we can like put all our eggs in. Like who's that guy? Like Osimhen is out of the equation. Firmino, he can be someone like Joselu, but he is essentially can't be starting for us week in week out. Who else can you guys name me, man? Like the striker market is so fucking dry. Like I can't think of someone that can elevate us immediately.
Yeah, agreed. Same. It's just that if we have no other options, then we'll have to like go for someone who's in the false nine profile, maybe a CAM who plays false striker and somehow make it work. But I just don't see any hope, man, in this guy. Like, if Benzema leaves, there is just no top striker out there apart from Kane.
The Hoyland guy, Mo, like
Rasmus Højlund.
what is his
Yeah.
what is his profile like? I've
Kind of like
I haven't seen much of him, huh?
kind of like Haaland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
he's
so
not
he
he's not a really how do I put it? He's not Benzema. He's not completely Haaland, but like he's more in a similar profile. He's more like he can score goals rather than he's not somebody who's going to connect plays and everything. He's more like I hesitate to say a penalty box striker, but because he does have other qualities, but he's not like Benzema or Harry Kane or stuff.
Does he have the presence of Haaland? Like is he like what 6'4" or something? 6'3"?
He's
Like
pretty
is he
tall.
tall?
I'm not sure how
Okay.
exactly tall he is, but he's pretty tall.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think he's been linked with United as well, so I think that's gonna be an interesting point. For me personally, if it's not Kane, I think the market pretty much narrows down to the fact that either invest in Kolo Muani or let's see what happens. But I think the biggest issue over here is a simple thing, right? Florentino Perez wants Kylian Mbappe in 24, so that's going to dictate everything. We can sit here and blurt out names of people we like, but it's not going to happen if they're going to preclude the club from getting Kylian Mbappe next season. They want to be in a position where they can afford him if you can get him.
Right. Tell me someone. This is to the entire panel. Yeah. Like so. When we look for someone like Vlahovic, etc., the price is going to be too steep for the guy we're getting. He's someone I like. His I'm not a fan of what other parts of the game he brings to the table apart from pure goal scoring instinct. He's like a proper target man, old school guy. I really think we need someone like him. Joselu kind of fits the bill, I guess, but who is the other guy? Or name me one other player like similar to a Firmino situation where you can get him for free and can basically be best of both worlds. Can also hold up the ball, also lay it off, and whatnot. So someone like that. Like who else is out there?
I mean, the only guy who can do all of those things is Kolo Muani, probably.
Yes, Kolo Muani. Does he even have the physique of an out and out nine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He seems like a winger to me. I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, honestly, like jokes aside, honestly, Bob, I do genuinely believe that if you're not getting Kane, I think the next best thing you get on the market is Osimhen. Honestly, but the point is, De Laurentiis paid I think 70-80 million euros to Lille for, although like it's inflated price, Bob. He paid. That's what they reported that he paid. So what do you think he's gonna ask? he's gonna ask for a king's ransom for
Double.
Victor Osimhen. And
Double.
I'm Nigerian and I love him, but I know for sure he's not fucking worth that. There is no
And you're
way
also-
I'm paying that for him.
And you're also part of his entourage.
I mean, there's no way I'm paying that for him. So I think what's left is this. You can go a different path. You understand? As Mo said earlier, like there is a report out there that says the dream of Perez is to play Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vini Jr. together. You understand? But the point is, if you're making substantial investments, be it in Vlahovic or in Martinez or whoever it is, Kolwan or whatever, you're making a substantial investment and it can be a stopgap investment. This is one thing. The other option can become this. Why not try to play a system that might offer you a fluid system, for example? I don't know if that will be something like that. For example, you get a player like Firmino in there, you understand? And you get a player like Joselu. I'm not exactly keen on the Joselu person. I would prefer a different profile of a striker. Let's say a player like Kai, for example, like Kai Havertz, you understand? You play them in a mix and match situation with Rodrigo and Vinicius continuously throughout the season. This is just the thing. Like, the thing is that you're not throwing away the season. You're going to compete, but you're not competing like with, how can I say, like, you're building something. You're building towards 24. So you're going to go into the season like, okay, we're going to compete, but we're not here to win here and now. We are building something towards for a period of time.
I don't think I can be okay with that, but that is the reality that we're looking at, unfortunately. I don't think I can sleep well going into a season, writing it off from the get-go as, oh, this is a transition season. We can't expect, big things this season. We gotta just be,
Bro, you literally hired Carlo Ancelotti, man. What are you talking about? From Everton finishing 10th. So what does
get
that
this
mean?
guy off the fucking paddle right now.
I mean,
Jacob.
that was what it was like. Carlo Ancelotti was just someone who was going to babysit the team and not go and fucking win the Champions League, man.
Bro, that was a calculated risk and it paid off, right? Let's not get into that.
This is the same thing. Like you also calculate the risk. That's the thing. That's why actually I said like a player like the profile of Joselu doesn't fit the bill here, because you need people who have been there, done that before. You understand? Whatever we want to say about be it Lautaro or the likes of Kai Havertz and all those guys, like they've been there, done it before. They've won leagues, they've won titles and something. You understand? But Joselu has always been fighting for relegation all his life. So he's not the person who you want in this kind of situation where you're just trying to hold down the fort. And for example, look at what Dzeko has done at Inter. Like Dzeko went to Inter and like he's performed to the best of his, and he's done.
I thought after Roma, he's finished. But he proved strong again. He's someone who just keeps going. I don't know how he does it. Dzeko is a unique character for sure. One last transfer talk, before Farouk said we got to keep it under an hour. I think we'll have to go 10 minutes more. But my final query is the right back situation. Like, do we have a solution? Do we have someone we can be hopeful about? Anybody?
Oh, it's the same thing like the striker situation. We're still looking at Ivan Fresneda, who is not really great. He doesn't offer much going forward. Who else are we looking at? We have no other players. Any player that we might bring in is gonna be subpar to even Carvajal. That's what I feel.
João Cancelo?
João Cancelo ain't gonna come, man. For sure. We're not looking at him, right?
Defensively, he is shocking, man.
He's not gonna come. In this world, man, only colored papers talk, man. If you have enough colored papers, man, anyone can come.
Colored papers, green colored ones, yeah.
I was thinking, what is this new drug on the market, man? I have no idea about it. Anyway, right, colored papers. But yeah, man, João Cancelo, he's good. He's versatile, can play on either flank and whatnot. But bro, his defending is worse than Trent, man. I don't know about the guy.
Is it possible?
Zinchenko levels,
And the fact of the matter, his agent is Jorge Mendes.
Yeah, we have spoken about that as well.
We've spoken about that as well. Yeah.
That is never gonna happen.
I actually disagree about Fresneda, because I think Fresneda is still 18, so probably can improve going forward. He's a pretty good defender, so I think he's a player who can potentially be looked at, but I don't think he's going to be coming to Real Madrid like next season. He's probably going to Dortmund or something. I think an interesting possibility could be seeing what happened with Benjamin Pavard, although he wants to leave Bayern because he doesn't want to play right back, probably, playing for Real Madrid might trump that desire, to play as a center back. If that happens, because he's available for like 20-30 million, so it could be a decent price.
20-30 million.
Yeah.
Benjamin Pavard,
I don't know.
very average, man. Very average again. I have high expectations for this market. I'm not going to lie. When you look at Benjamin Pavard, he's a steady Eddie, like what Graham Souness would say, right? No, but would he add something
You
to
just hope
us?
you don't end
Bro,
up as Graham Souness, huh?
See.
bro.
The point that I'm getting to is like, is he going to add something to Carvajal's, list of things to keep an eye out on? Like, we gotta push this guy so that he turns up for the big occasions, and he doesn't slack. Is Benjamin Pavard the guy to push Dani Carvajal? I don't think so.
Yeah, just let Farouk handle that. Because he was pretty excited,
Go for it. Farouk, come at me. Let's go.
Man, honestly, I don't know, how you gauge or what your value of, this is, like Pavard for 20, 30 million, in my opinion, is a fucking bargain, man. He's gonna give so
Really?
much
You
to the
rate him
team.
that much?
He's gonna give so much to. I don't know, man. Maybe we live in different worlds, man, and our
Can he
currencies have
play? Can
different
he play
values. I
centre
don't
back?
know.
My question. I've heard he can play a centre
Yeah,
back.
of course.
Can he?
can play
This
center back.
this is what Mo is
Then
telling to, like, he wants to
then I kind
to
of-
play center back position,
Mm.
actually.
Mm.
But I think
Centre back.
Pavard is I think Pavard is actually a very, very solid option. But what I will
Yeah.
actually have is the problem that actually comes to my mind is I actually kind of feel like Pavard is not as attacking oriented, like, as I would want my fullbacks to be. There's a bit of limitation offensively there. But honestly, like, if you think you want to keep this guy on his feet, man, I think Pavard
Farouk,
for
we have to
sure.
consider this fact, right? The fact of the matter is, like, every good player that's coming into the market in attacker is a left wing, right? And Real
Yeah.
Madrid, they want to buy a really attacking left back. So you have to balance it out somehow. So I think if you get a defensive minded right back, that's not a big
True.
deal.
No, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm totally cool with Pavard. I'm just trying to tell Sunit that what Carvalho is doing right now, Pavard will come and try to push him to be better. And if he's not better, Pavard is gonna go there and fucking do the job that he can't do. That's just it, simple. He's gonna be able to push him. That's the thing, honestly. Like, it's not about like snitching Carvalho or anything. The point is, the level has dropped.
The right back that I actually like at Bayern is the one that's coming through. I think Stanisic, right?
Yeah,
that is the guy I like. That is the guy I actually like.
How old is he?
I think it's 22 or something.
Okay. I have to see more of him. I've heard good things about him, but at least we need another.
He did a job against Mbappe. So.
Yeah, exactly,
did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I
mean, we for sure need to find someone, even if it's just a body, man. Okay, not just a body, because we have bodies in Odriozola and Lucas Vazquez. We need someone that will push Carvalho.
Odriozola is leaving.
Oh, okay.
He's going to La Real.
La Real, wow.
Oh, wow.
Not Villarreal, La Real Sociedad.
Yeah. Sociedad, yeah. No, that's good for him. At least maybe he can, revive something out of what remains in his career.
Who are you talking about, by the way, again?
Odriozola.
Odriozola, yeah.
You remember he was in the squad? Yeah.
No. I'm very well aware of what my squad looks like. But yeah, when Hassan is saying, Pavard is a centre back, he performs better there and even prefers playing centre back. 25 to 30 million is a bargain. So Hassan kind of likes this guy. Another question that I would like to pose, So Mendy is very two-footed. I've seen him play right back as well. Maybe.
No. It grinds my gears when somebody starts playing Mendy right back. I don't know why.
Really?
He only shoots with the right foot, right? Everything else he does with the left foot. But still,
how many matches has Mendy played as a left back?
Yeah, like
that you're asking him to play right back.
You can count it on one finger the amount of times he has played on the right. It's just
no.
One
how many matches has he played on the left back as a left back this season? That's what
this season.
How many matches
this season
has he played as a left back?
Has been a struggle for him. This season has been a write-off for him. Fitness-wise.
Before we move on from the transfer, I just have this one thing. Did you guys hear about this rumor that there's this surprising player who might leave Real Madrid this season?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Like, who the fuck is that going to be?
I'm not sure. That's something that's really, got my curiosity up, because I don't really know who that name is. Some people are suggesting that it might
Modric?
be Fede.
Nah, no chance.
We say that right now, but I've heard rumors that Real Madrid are really fearful of the fact that there might be a Casemiro situation developing there.
Really? With Fede Valverde?
Yeah, with Fede Valverde.
Yeah.
Why?
actually, makes sense, man.
I don't
When
really
you-
know.
when you
I
guys-
hope it is not that, but I like they see in Spain there was the Deportes Cop, right? Cop is like is pretty reliable. So they're saying that there's one player who is going to leave Real Madrid. Is going to be a surprising name. Now Mendy isn't going to be that because everybody expects Mendy to leave. So I'm really wondering who that player is. And then there are some rumors about Valverde. So I just hope it's not him.
No,
because
what is it
I
fueled by though? Like how can you make sense of Valverde being linked with the move?
The fact of the matter is like Jude Bellingham is coming.
Exactly.
Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham is probably going to be the future of midfield. Fede Valverde, if you sell him, he gives you pure profit, right? He has no amortization value on the books.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
if you want a big window, if you want to be spending like 100 million on Kane, 60 million on Kai Havertz, you have to sell somebody, and that cannot be Mendy for 20 million to Tottenham. So there has to be more.
Yeah, but
I hope
where
it's
would
not
Valverde
Fede.
actually go, man?
Yeah, I
Who's
hope it's
looking
not
for him?
him either.
He's gonna start every fucking where,
The
bro.
teams I have heard so far is like Chelsea and Manchester United.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody was saying Chelsea
Man,
might offer like 100
Fede.
million for him.
Fede is the right fit for Klopp's team, man. Like he should go to Liverpool, honestly.
Nah, man, he should stay at Real Madrid. He shouldn't go anywhere.
What the
No,
fuck
I
is
mean,
wrong with
yeah.
these
I
guys? Like
can
Farouk?
honestly see the thing is that I can understand the reason why Fede feels this way. You understand? Because even I have said this a lot of time. Like everyone just heaps a lot of praise on the fact that okay, Jude is this, Jude is that, Jude is this, but like no one actually goes back and looking out at we have this fantastic player in our hand as well. And as Mo says, that's I think a very crucial thing there is the fact that when you have to consider the economics as well. Fede right now on the balance sheet is a zero. Anything you get on him is a profit, like a huge profit. So imagine selling Fede for 80, 100 million euros. Like that's a fucking huge deal for the club when you consider the economics. And the point is, as he said as well again, the point is the future of the midfield is Bellingham, Camavinga, and what's he called? Tchouaméni. At least that's what they want. That's what it seems like it's going to look like.
I feel personally invested when you say what's he called Tchouaméni.
The thing is that can be the starting trio, but to win the double, to win the Champions League, to go
Bro,
deep
don't
into every
complete that
season.
sentence. Don't complete that sentence. Fede already has passed the level of being the person who is going to be supplementing a trio of Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and Camavinga. Hell no, bro. I mean, I support this club and I love this club, but I mean, we should also be fair. Like, he has worked his socks off. Like, he should not be. I mean, why would he be that when he can start for literally every other team in the world? As you
Because
just said,
it's a clear
now.
step down. It's a clear step down in your salary. Simple as. No? You don't think so? Casemiro went after winning 5 Champions Leagues. It's different, bro. Wake up.
After winning 5 Champions Leagues.
I mean,
And-
Casemiro's situation was that he wanted a new challenge. United
Yeah,
obviously
like
seems
it's
to be the
understandable when
favorite new challenge of
Bro,
everybody.
Fede
But
is
Valverde's
24.
challenge is the fact that he wants to be, he wants to be a starter. So
Exactly. The man is 24. He hasn't even developed fully to become at the peak of his career. And you're asking him to be the person who is going to supplement a certain trio. Why would that be? I mean,
the
when you say
season
this for
is
that players
long
like that,
for a club like us, there's going to be
bro,
plenty of minutes
I mean,
to be spared.
that's what you say to players like Dani Ceballos and Marco Asensio, man. You don't come and say that to a player like Fede Valverde who literally
Okay,
walks to every single team in the world, whatever the name of the team is, he walks and starts in that team.
I don't think
So
he's
why
that
would
good
he?
yet. I'll be honest. I don't think he's that good
So
yet.
that's that even okay. Tell me which team he doesn't start for.
He doesn't start for City.
I think he starts for City.
I don't think so. But
I think he starts
the thing
for
is,
City.
I want this kid to stay. I want him to, give us his best years and then probably move on post 30. I would not like to see this man go, man. It'll be another one of those Ozil situations. At least Ozil, like we could understand he's in towards 29 something. But man, this is too early. Fede, I'm not ready for it. Why the fuck do you say shit like this on the fucking
Bro,
podcast,
you're not giving
man?
you're not giving the man the platform to develop, and you're saying he should stay. Why would he stay? This is the question I'm asking you. Why?
So
When
in
he
your
literally
opinion,
starts for every team.
in your opinion, see, I would understand if Fede was 18, 19, that he would need the minutes. He's 24. I think he's almost a complete article. I think a little bit of maturity and
okay, if he's a complete article, why would he settle for us bench?
Exactly. Why would he settle for that? If
he's
a
settling
complete
for
article?
us, man.
he's settling to play behind Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and Camavinga.
Do you honestly think that
after
is
settling
that
for
is
after settling for playing behind Bruce Modric and Casemiro,
Exactly,
now he has to
exactly.
settle for playing for
Jacob?
the three.
See, Jacob's being fucking quiet. I would like to ask his opinion as well. See,
Jacob just wants to
Jacob,
keep his sanity.
no, my only question is Jacob. See, right? Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and what was
Camavinga.
the other guy? Yeah,
Camavinga.
Camavinga is a set trio for the future and whatnot. But do you think that's gonna be like intact like that for the entire time? No, because some players are gonna have a drop off when someone like Fede can step in. How is that not a reasonable, feasible opportunity?
It's not reasonable.
Nobody's
So
arguing to sell Valverde, right? We're just saying potentially it could happen, and this could be the reason. We're not saying that Valverde decided he's going to leave because he's not getting opportunities right now, but it is potentially possible because Real Madrid have already invested in the midfield with Bellingham coming in, and Tchouaméni and Camavinga we already had, so there is a potential for him to be sold, if a good offer comes in. Personally,
but if we play the way we do,
sell him.
from the last 3 seasons, if we play the way we do next season, and if we're going to be missing Valverde, we're going to be missing twice the number of goals, man, for sure. I don't think it's like even feasible, especially if you have Carlo Ancelotti in the managing position. I don't think Fede is like undroppable. Like he's totally untouchable.
This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Like, if there is a trio, Fede is in that trio.
Yep.
There is no discussion about that. And the point is that, as more rightly pointed out, there's been significant investments towards establishing a certain trio, which what the narrative looks like now, and it's Bellingham.
The trio is only going to get better if it has a world-class guy pushing it. It's a good headache to have.
No. It's nah, man. Honestly, like I'm not that kind of fan, honestly, because I will say this to you: in 2016, 2017, I really pushed for James and Isco to leave the team. Because why? I felt that the team at its best doesn't play to the best of these players. Honestly. And then Zidane removed Bale, or rather Bale got injured and then he built around Isco, you understand? But I still wanted James to leave because I felt like James was so good that he shouldn't be on the bench. So this is my opinion here right now. It's not about the club or anything. It's just, I just feel that I can't be selfish to see a player like Fede, who I consider to be a generational talent, even in my opinion, better than Jude, because I haven't seen a lot of Jude. I know that Fede right now, in my opinion, is better than Jude. I think he's such for every team in the world. Honestly, I wouldn't come and say that, yeah, okay, sit on the bench and supplement my 3 players. Hell no. No, man. If he needs a plane ticket, I will buy it. I know he's way richer than me and my family, but I will buy him a plane ticket, man.
I completely understand your sentiment with Fede, but I think from the club's perspective, I want what's best for the club, not for Fede. Unfortunately, I have nothing against him. I love the guy, but the club above everyone. I think we should move into the Bilbao preview. Take it away, man. Jacob, we are already 1 hour, 5 minutes in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Are we here for a preview? Actually, I totally forgot that.
Final game of the season, we should give some respect. Like if it was someone like Atleti, we would have said, fuck it. But Bilbao, man, good people.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, they're good people today. Actually, realize what they say about Real Madrid. So.
Bro, okay, sir. Right, Jacob, go for it.
Yeah, man. So even though it's like the last game of the season, it's a dead rubber situation for us.
How long has it been since March in La Liga? Dead rubbers? Yeah. The amount of rubber
even before that, man, like we were all just hopeful, just trying to keep a straight face for these previews, trying to give a shit. But it's been hard. It's been a long season.
When you're with Farouk, he makes you want to give a shit. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Boils my fucking blood, but yeah, it's what it is.
That's the point, man. In life, we need to have some excitement when we need to put color to life. It shouldn't be black and white.
Did you just call yourself like Viagra or something? I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, that's the purpose I serve on the panel, but it is what it
is. Right, Jacob.
Yeah. Anyways, so we have nothing to play for, although Bilbao has something to play for, so they can potentially get into the playoffs for the Conference League if they finish 7th, and it's totally doable because Osasuna, who are currently in that space with equal points as them, they're going to be playing Girona, and it's not going to be an easy game. So definitely, if Athletic does get a result, they're potentially looking at playing in the Conference League, which can be huge for them. And yeah, that's the only thing. So they're going to be more motivated than us. they're gonna be saying the other narrative heading into this game is that it's gonna be the last game for a couple of club veterans in the form of Balenciaga and the Inigo Martinez. So I feel like he's
Is
gonna
Inigo Martinez
Inigo-
fit? I think he's injured, right?
he's injured. Yep.
Martinez is going to Barcelona, right? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Is it
the
sure?
one deal that actually worries me a lot.
Oh, you rate him highly? You think he can?
No, the fact is the Barcelona already has a good defense and they're getting a
Yeah.
exactly right. Exactly another good defender.
He's not the
into-
best, but yeah, he's above
I mean,
average.
Athletic
He's
Club
got-
has like really struggled without Inigo, so
Yeah, proper leader, Inigo Martinez. He was priorly he was with Sociedad, right? Then he moved to Bilbao.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. See, since we are in Bilbao, right? This is my question. So we have been watching La Liga for more than 10 years, all of us, right? So Inaki Williams, man, like ever since he broke out, like he was good. He was good. He was always good. Like he when you look at Inaki, you wouldn't really say, oh yeah, he's just whatever. Inaki brings some very good things, when he plays up front. He's versatile also to play down the flank, but he hasn't played much.
but he couldn't hit he couldn't hit a tree if you put it in front of him.
I know. His shooting boots are sometimes just completely off it. But why do you think he never earned a move to somewhere like Aston Villa or some
Because
place, man?
because his shooting boots aren't really good.
There are so many worse finishers, right, in Europe, bro. Like,
I mean,
when
why
you
would
see,
anybody want to invest in a striker who can't score?
Mm,
I mean, he
I
can
always
play
thought
out
he
on the
was the
wings as
perfect
well.
package.
Like even before he used to play as a winger, right? And even
Winger,
then,
yeah.
people didn't want him. I feel like part of the reason is because he was so settled in Athletic Club. They're pretty much like a family. The same players. We probably even if we look back at the previews from 3 years ago, probably like the same core of players are still playing with previewing the same tactics. So it's just a family situation they've been going on, and I feel like that's contributed to Iñaki staying.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. I think with Iñaki, is the fact of the matter is that he actually, I think his family also lives in Bilbao.
Yep.
With his brother coming through and his mother always going to games. So I guess they're proper like Bilbao fans. And with Iñaki, I think he's not going to go to a level that is higher than Bilbao. Because I think Athletic Club have a lot of potential, to be challenging for
100%.
European spots. They don't always do that, but they have the potential to do it. So I think he's pretty much settled where he is, and he's not going to get any better. So it's okay. You stay at your hometown club, develop there and develop your own reputation there. Unless until somebody comes in with some major money.
I don't think it's gonna
I
happen.
mean, it's too late
Yeah.
already. He's old already, so like it's he's that's cheap as saved already. So he might get a big move. And actually, right, like you guys point out, like the interesting thing, that I actually saw like he scored just more than 10 league goals once throughout his history in La Liga.
Oh, that's bad.
I
That's
mean,
bad.
like
I think Iñaki's biggest claim to fame is that he never misses a game.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, but then that's it, man. Like availability is the biggest ability you can have. So that's something,
Yeah, and
which is something Sune should teach to Fela and Mendy, by the way. We should tell him that availability is the biggest skill you can ever have in your life. Be available.
what's that line you have, Farooq? If you have a Ferrari in the garage but it doesn't have an engine, like what's the point? What is that?
Exactly. It's like I said, like, don't you have? It's like you have a Ferrari and you have a Volkswagen engine in a Ferrari. Then what's the point? Actually, I mean, so it's I don't know, man. Honestly, it's
Bro, we should
Amazing.
we should do a video with all these Farouk quotes, every week.
Do you want to get cancelled or something?
I mean, Farouk never gets cancelled. It's okay. Farouk is Farouk.
Farooq, man, please, bro. When you come back from military, right, from the military service you're gonna go to, bin all these quotes, or at least if you're not planning to bin it, write a book out of it. Maybe you can make some money.
He's coming off a bad boy. He's not gonna care about it.
Yeah.
Right. Jacob, yeah, man. Sorry for the distractions.
There are no distractions, man, but yeah. Anyways, I feel like Nico Williams, his brother, has overtaken him in market value at least this time. And
Nico is a good player.
yeah.
Would you actually bring him on as a right winger for us? Because he
I
can
was-
dribble.
I was very
he can,
keen on it.
He can put in a good cross. Feel like he fits the team if you have an out-and-out striker like Joselu.
But the asking price would be mad
Yeah.
for Nico. North of 60 million. Nobody's gonna pay that. You know.
Yeah.
Not
I
gonna
think
happen.
he also has some scoring issues sometimes. I'm not sure if it's as bad as Iñaki, but he does have it. But I agree with Suned. I think he's going to be a good option to bring in if we do bring the guy in, Nico Williams.
When
I personally like
Inaki
him.
broke through as well, he was like Nico as well. Not exactly known for having the greatest scoring touch and whatever, but apart from that, outside of that, like they were very bright sparks in their team setups, man. But yeah, Nico, I can't see any La Liga side going in for Nico. It's just impossible.
Yep. I mean, with that, I feel like,
But- Go on.
we've been talking about Athletic Club for a while now. We know how they play. They're going to be very physical. They're going to trust all of their core players. There's not going to be much surprises. We just got to expect a really tough game. And with that, like, I feel like we should go
The
into
one player I
the
actually like at Bilbao is like that guy. I think Oyan Sunset.
Sunset.
Like,
Yeah.
Sunset.
wears number 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is the guy I actually like at Bilbao. I think he's a good. He has the potential to score important goals. So
He was an attacking midfielder, right? Now he's playing
Correct.
up front. Something. No?
Exactly. He used to play right back also at some points of the season.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yep.
So he's similar to Oscar Di Marcos, who was a
Ooh.
cam when he broke through.
Yeah.
I remember those days real well, man. Oscar De Marcos and I think it's Ike Muniain, right? Those two guys, with Adjuis up front, and they tortured the hell out of Sir Alex and United, in the Europa League. That was a fantastic game to watch back then, man.
Lorente as well, no?
So exactly what they had. I think
Llorente.
Fernando Llorente. I think they had a goalkeeper as well. I can't remember who the keeper was as well back then. But like they had a very good keeper as well. It was Gorka Ira or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, Ira was something like that. I remember.
Yeah, that was a good team. Honestly, that was a really good team.
All right. I guess before we head into the
I
lineup,
mean,
I'll
you
just
guys forgot the biggest guy, right? Javi Martinez.
Javi Martinez.
Oh,
Bayern guy.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow, man.
He was
that's
also
true,
in
man.
that team.
He was also in that team, exactly. He was also in that team, man. Wow.
Sergio Ramos is leaving PSG apparently. Hassan
Holy shit.
just said, like,
Did it get confirmed?
can we ask him back, please, for a season?
Can we have who back? Ramos?
Sergio
Yeah.
Ramos.
Nah, man. Let him stay where he is, man. There's no need to taint the legacy that
Okay,
we
yeah, this
already
guy,
have.
the
Sergio
fuck
is
for
dra-
purists, man.
Sergio Ramos is going to go to Saudi, to play
Saudi
against
again?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know.
God. Oh.
Vision 2030. Yeah. There you go.
But like honestly, what do you guys think happens with Benzema if you just had like one answer to give? Like, will he stay or will he go? You don't have to
I think
explain,
he's
just
gone.
Yes or no.
He's gone.
Gone, yeah.
Farouk.
Just to oppose them, he stays.
It's very close. Even in the poll that I put out yesterday, like 50%, 51% again said that he'll stay. 49% says he'll go. So what I just feel, what from my gut tells me, I think he's gone. Because you can't turn down those kind of generational, wages for one more year of mediocrity. Let's be honest. Yeah. Maybe, but they say the deal is going to be on the table even next June, right? So that is an outside chance that he might, he might stay. But yeah, Bilbao lineups, yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, man, let's go. But before we head into lineups, I just want to bring up Ashik's comment. Always funny. So he says it's difficult to criticize Iñaki while having Lord Mariano on our own bench. Lord.
Facts.
I mean,
Big up
Mariano
Ashik.
is actually a pretty good goal scorer compared to Iñaki.
Really?
Mariano went to French League and scored 16 goals. Could Iñaki
Oh
do
yeah.
that?
I can't forget that. Yeah,
Yep.
for Leon he was banging.
I mean, why did Mourinho refuse to leave the club? That's always, I always just, think, okay, like he's a shitty player. But then I remember about that. I don't know, man. I just feel like, I mean, he could go on loan as well, bro.
Drop the Vince meme.
He could go
Where
on
he
loan
spends
as well,
money.
man. Because the thing is, I always think he's shitty, but then I remember like he was phenomenal at Lyon, and then all of a sudden he chose to come and have the number 7, like
I'll be honest with you,
one
he wasn't
down.
phenomenal, Leon. He was just banging in goals. Everybody hated him because he was so selfish. But the fact of the matter is that he knows how to put the ball in the net. He's not in like Iñaki who couldn't hit an open goal. So
That's true, man. Like
He
Mariano,
was never that bad in finishing.
yeah, he
If I
always
remember,
had a
when I
good
was
striker
young,
instinct. Yeah.
whenever I used to watch him, like 5-6 years ago, I'm talking here, like it's a long time in football, yeah. But then Inaki used to have rough edges, but he used to score an occasional goal.
man, Farouk,
Now-
Farouk, was it you or I think Jacob just said
Yeah.
he never crossed 10 goals in a season. So
I mean, he has
But
he
yeah,
has
recently-
scored more than 10 goals just once throughout his life in La Liga, bro. Just once he scored more than 10 goals. I think this season also he has 10 goals actually, if I'm not mistaken. I saw something like that earlier. This season he actually has 10 goals as well.
but after all this talk, I'm pretty sure he's gonna score against us.
Well, that's the thing about
Yeah.
Iñaki actually. Like when he goes to the big games, like he's someone who you actually think that he's gonna be a world beater actually. But then eventually you see stats like this and you wonder what actually happened to the guy. But one interesting thing is this: imagine if everything after all the dust is settled, Mariano is at Real Madrid, bro. He'd
What?
outlive Bale, Benzema, Cristiano, every single human being that you can imagine.
That would be something, man. Like
He's
Not
outlasted
how-
Jovic.
Nicholas Bednar can bang in goals after goals in league. Ashik says my 6-year-old niece can score. I mean, still, man, to score
Yeah,
goals,
everybody
you
can
need-
score about Lionel Messi, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There you go. Shade for no reason, for no reason. But for tomorrow, lineups quickly. We are touching in on like 90 minutes, close to 1.5 hours. For me, Thibaut in goal, Alaba, Militao, same old. Mendy, if he's available, he's slots in the left back.
He's not available again?
he is, man. Here,
Who?
Mendy.
He's not available again?
I don't think
He
he's
is.
Oh, I heard you said
I'm
if
just saying.
he's available. Oh, I
I'm
thought
just
he was
saying.
gone
I don't know with Mendy this season. Fuck it, hell. You never know.
Farouk, you have created doubts in his mind, with all your rhetoric. about
Honestly,
him being-
because I had such unwavering loyalty towards Mendy, but this guy, he feeds me with the shit, bro. You know? He-
Farouk is gonna put it like the military is gonna put Farouk in espionage, bringing
Yeah. Have you seen Black Mirror in that episode where they put chips in their in their brains of those military cadets?
Yeah.
Which season was it? Season 2? I'm not sure.
Wasn't it the last? You mean the one where
Was
they
it-
see
was
the
it last-
zombies?
Yeah. Season 2 or 1?
It was season 2.
It was
I guess.
early.
Yeah, early on.
Yeah, very, very early. It was those days when it was in Channel 4 in the UK before Netflix acquisition and whatnot. But yeah, man, Mendy, right back, Lucas Vasquez, more of the goal, please. I like seeing him. Just save Carvajal. Modric, Kroos, Tchouaméni. I want to see more of them. Rodrigo, Benzema, Winnie. And let's hope Benzema doesn't stay on the pitch for long after the full-time whistle. That's my
Really,
That's
what if it's his last game? Don't you want to see him see out the match?
I think that's what he means.
Oh,
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
If he
yeah.
stays for more than 5 minutes on the pitch applauding people, then that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I actually
basically
heard.
goodbye.
I actually heard the Peñas were planning a send off for Benzema at in the next game. So let's see what happens.
The Peñas must have been planning, but after what he said at the Marca Awards, I think they
But nobody cares about that. Everybody knows he's not going to say anything till Florentino says, "Yeah, you're not going."
yeah. So many share my sentiment. Okay, that's good to know.
Question: what
What's-
about Nacho though? Is he leaving or staying? Any news on
Most
that?
likely he's leaving.
Then Nacho should start tomorrow. Then I guess. At least to
It's
give him
probably going to be his
proper-
last game as well.
Exactly,
I
yeah.
have some like even more so than Benzema. I have some belief somewhere deep inside me that Nacho is going to stay. Something is going to convince him to stay. Unlike
I
Benzema,
think
which
I think you have more belief than me.
many people clearly
I-
have resigned to the fact that we're going to
I
lose.
think Nacho is leaving. Especially because Ancelotti's staying. He thinks Ancelotti's not going to give him game time. So
wait. What about? We also discussed this, right? If Benzema leaves, then we're out of a captain, so it's possibly going to be Nacho.
Modric.
It's
If
Modric,
Nacho
then.
stays, it's Nacho, but if Nacho leaves as well, it's Modric.
So Nacho, Modric, then Cruz,
No,
then
Nacho, Modric, Carvajal, then Cruz.
Carvajal, then Cruz.
Yeah.
Not bad. After that,
After that, probably Courtois or somebody. No, Lucas.
It's
Lucas Vazquez.
Lucas.
Lucas Vazquez.
Yeah. Lucas,
and
I
then-
think, then Fede as well.
No, I think Courtois is before Fede and all those people.
Really?
Isn't
Before Fede?
it about longevity though at the club?
It's
seniority.
about who played the game first before while being a first team member.
Yeah, seniority in that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't count if you were a youth team member. It only counts if you were a first team member.
Oh, okay.
Well, right,
Yeah, that
sir.
was very good point. If Nacho was gonna leave, I would love to see him, for the full 90. Not gonna lie, but I hope he stays, man. This guy, irreplaceable. Again, I can't fucking have how many funerals are we gonna conduct in the space of what, like 2 months? Huh? Nacho, Benzema, Asensio.
We have just
Bro.
we can just conduct one and close it as a market, man. One that says Carlo off, man. If we send Carlo off, Nacho sits, then it means you don't have to conduct that. Bro.
I mean, Ceballos is probably staying, right? So that's one less person.
Yeah, Ceballos, he can go and have his sunny days.
We have to find out if Sonet has some affiliation with Sevilla because he was supporting Sevilla in Europa League. He hates Ceballos,
no
it's pretty on
affiliation towards
brand,
Sevilla. I still am eternally grateful, for them doing a job on Liverpool. Like till the end of time, like I would be indebted to Sevilla because I was under pressure, like immense pressure. So they made me survive that onslaught from the Premier League dickheads back in the day. So Sevilla, man, go Sevilla, European royalty. How can you root against them? You'll be a fool to root against them in the Europa League, yeah, Champions League.
Even when the other
Essentially.
person is Mourinho, you always dare root for Mourinho.
I didn't essentially care because let's all be real, like he
Yeah, we
washed
don't.
us
I
this-
mean, honestly, none of us care. So it's just fun.
Right. Anybody else's thoughts on the lineup?
I just want to see what the situation with Vinny's injury is because I don't personally see the point in playing him if he's injured or even recovering. Like if it's not 100%, don't play him. It's not going to
Yeah.
change anything.
Yeah, it's just the news is
I mean,
out
we
that
can play
he's
Asensio,
gonna be in the
you know.
squad. That's it. Maybe a substitute appearance is good enough.
Yeah. No point in risking, send them guys home. Honestly, like if we can give those guys a walkover and help Bilbao clinch a playoff spot for the
And then we'll
Conference League.
finish third, in a 2-horse race.
Oh, that is there as well. Because I've completely been oblivious to the points table. Like I don't know
Yeah, Atleti is 1 point behind us.
who are they playing tomorrow.
I have no idea.
No idea. Yeah, someone quickly Google it. Jacob, if you
Villarreal
can.
at the Ceramica.
Yeah.
Yeah, Villarreal only play against Real Madrid. Against everybody else, they're like, they're like Getafe or something.
And also, like Villarreal, I don't fight in for anything actually. So that's the thing. They clinched already their Europa League spot. So
Ashik is saying all sorts of shit, man. Not just it depends on the salsa that will be available. This guy, he's on some very important stuff. Mo, this is my question. Yeah, so Barcelona, we're facing Barcelona at the promotion playoffs, right? Like
The
it's
first
gonna be-
round.
yeah, for the first round.
Yeah.
So is it just one round? So after in case you win the semi, you're not in the final? No.
No, there is the semifinals right now, and then there is the final. There's going to be a 2-legged semifinal, and then there's the final.
Two-legged,
So the-
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Right. Like from an outsider looking in, like do you think we have a great chance?
I mean, we should have a
Barcelona?
chance, but the fact of the matter is, like, a lot of players are getting injured. I think Arribas is going to be missing, so that's the biggest one.
Right.
And
Because
I think
I'm
even Peter is injured, so let's see what happens there. And I think the guy from Barcelona's academy, Lamine Yamal, he's probably going to be playing for Barcelona Athletic, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah,
15-year-old something, no?
yeah,
Mm.
he's pretty talented, man. He's incredibly talented.
What position does he play?
He's an attacker, I think, anywhere. I'm not
Attacker.
exactly sure. Yeah,
Right.
I don't really watch him much, but there's been insane hype about him.
Mm.
And whenever he's played, he's impressed for Barcelona. So
I hope he doesn't impress too much, but yeah, man. Good luck to young ones for tomorrow as well. A couple of my mates are actually going. I'll probably see if I can get some pictures and whatnot. Right. Yeah. Predictions. Do we want to do predictions for the final league game? This could have been, in an ideal world, the game that we look ahead, of the Champions League and say, we can't slip up. We need to keep the momentum. Blah blah blah. But look at us, man. We're on the fucking beach, having popcorn with pot bellies. It's unfortunate, man, the way the season, fizzled out like this. Honestly. It's just such a shame, because I was thinking this season could have been so much more special. The way, how many previews, Farooq, you're the guy who can count it. How many previews we did for the namesake, for the sake of it, bro. Like, especially La Liga ones, like, can we say since March, since late February?
Nah, man, I don't know, man.
Were you going to
Got
say
no
all of
numbers,
them?
I got no numbers, man.
I think every preview, like every game post Barcelona loss, has been useless.
Yeah, could have been so much better. That's why what we do in the the transfer window is gonna, like we all know, is gonna dictate how our season is gonna pan out next year. Because Farooq has this. Farooq, this is you're not really talking on live on air. You know that, right? You shouldn't be doing that.
What did I do?
What did you whisper, bro?
What did you hear? That's the question. If you heard something, then fine.
No, I don't want to comment on it. But come on, man, keep your fucking boundaries, no? Anyways, Carlo Ancelotti, man, I think he can do a number next season. I truly believe. One could say there's no other choice but to believe, but I'm gonna, unlike Javier, who said when we were 2-0 down, away at the Etihad getting pammed left, right, and center, I'm gonna believe. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna believe next season from when we start from scratch. I don't know what Javier was on then. Okay,
you asked me this question on September 1st. I'll tell you if I'm going to be betting or on his replacement or not.
September 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a calculated day. Jacob, what day should I ask you? Should it be pre-Thailand, post-Thailand?
Bro, what are you talking about? What's there in Thailand?
What are you talking about? No, nothing in Thailand? Okay, fair enough. Couple of my moles from India tells me that you have some underground business in Thailand. No?
Yeah, bro. Like,
am I paying the wrong guys for the wrong information?
Bro, I think they have some good football games going on, so I'm just gonna go watch
the
them.
point of the matter is,
you mean beach volley?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Beach volley in skimpy outfits. Is that what you? Okay.
Not sure who's gonna be wearing the skimpy outfits. If it's gonna be them or me.
Fair. Right. Ashik says we need to keep the momentum. We can eliminate the lead at the top of the table tomorrow. I wasn't prepared for this shit, man. Ashik, I guaranteed after tomorrow we'll be tied at the top for our next La Liga match. Man, this is the level of optimism I wish my ex had. But yeah, man. The grid says facts in it. This season could have been special, but next season is the 10th year anniversary of La Decima. It would be great if we won the Champions League in the 10th year anniversary. I'm still answering.
The last time Real Madrid was celebrating an anniversary, we got knocked out by Zaragoza in the final. So.
Yeah. Was it Deport or Zaragoza?
Zaragoza, I think.
Zaragoza.
Yeah.
Right. Dennis says I'm still Ancelotti out, but I'll give him a chance if we don't win 10 games minimum out of our first 15 La Liga games. He must be gone.
Yeah. For me personally, it is the fact that I honestly believe that next season, whoever is the Castilla manager is at some point going to manage the Real Madrid first team. So.
Bro, come on, fuck, man. We're not even into the transfer window yet. You're gonna say shit
right.
like that,
Right now, that's how I feel.
bro?
Okay.
That's just.
But yeah,
Farouk has a boner now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Of
Nah,
course.
bro. The thing is that the thing is this. See, I totally actually disagree with these guys. I think Carlo Ancelotti, if he starts on September 1st, he goes till June 30th. So that's the thing. Whatever's gonna
No.
happen, it's gonna happen. I think he ends the season.
Okay, I'll be definitive on September 1st. But right now, my feeling is like whoever manages Castilla next season has a chance of managing Real Madrid, like by the end of the season.
I mean, the thing is, what's gonna change? I don't think anything's gonna change. So I think it's just gonna be more of the same. So no, I mean, okay,
If
like
the
if
results,
Benzema leaves,
if the results don't go well, like he's gonna get fired. That's you know it, I know it, everybody knows it.
I mean, but the point is like he's not gonna come and do to us what happened with what's he called the Sevilla coach or the Wolves coach Lopetegui, for example, or Benitez, because he knows this guy and they know him. So I think it's just gonna be, as you guys say, steady Eddie football, and you're gonna finish second or third in the league and go to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And it's
next season I don't know if we have the potential to do that. That's the point.
No, I think our team is better than 80% of La Liga, and
our team was better than like almost everybody in Barcelona this season as well.
No, I said 80% of La Liga, not every.
No, I'm saying our team was better than like almost everybody this season as well.
I mean, well, that's that. Almost everybody. That's the thing. So next season we will still be better than almost everybody as well. But we will just get to the quarters and finish second, third in the league, and that's just. I mean, I'm telling you guys this so that you are prepared for this mentally and physically. If you see that Carlo is not going, don't start, getting hyperventilation and all this kind of bullshit. Just calm, chill, enjoy your life.
I don't really blame Ancelotti for it. I blame Perez and everybody for the team they're going to build for him.
Well, let Carlo go to Brazil and win the World Cup, man. That's just the thing. Forget about this whole story.
He reminds me of those guys in school, who would say something in the fake goodwill. Oh, it's gonna be so good, bro. You should go for it, man. It's gonna change your life, man. Come on, you should you should go with your heart. Blah blah.
Bro, don't you think a World Cup is gonna change Carlo's life, man? He's completed football if he wins the World Cup, man. So what else is there?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna quit smoking if he goes to Brazil.
Did he win the World Cup with Italy when he was a player? Was he part of 82 squad?
Not sure, bro. Honestly, not sure. 1982. He might be, might be. But I think he came into the forefront after mid 1980s. I may be wrong. A couple more comments before we go. Ashik says Carlito is the right man for the job at the moment. To be honest, we need to tread carefully in this market. A new manager will need star signings, and teams know we are desperate. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Teams are gonna, ask for, insane amounts of money for buying average players,
as opposed to other times when they don't ask for insane amount of money.
I mean, they're gonna be extra.
It's Real Madrid. Everybody is always gonna ask for insane amount of money when nothing can be done about that.
But let's be honest. If it was during the era of prime BBC and then we are going for an attacker, we wouldn't be put to that kind of pressure that we're going to be facing this summer. Don't you think?
I mean, whether Ancelotti is the manager or not, it doesn't really change anything this summer, right?
It doesn't, but I'm telling you, like, I was just addressing his point that teams know that we are desperate. Essentially, he means they're going to ask for more money since they know that we're desperate to get someone big.
I mean, teams are always going to ask for big money for Emirates, so
fair. Right. Ashik says next season without Mariano, we are fighting for the starting spot. Joselu will light it up. Right. Joselu. That's going to be the hype name, yeah. That's what my club has come to, man. I wish I didn't get to 28, honestly. XJ says the thing with Carlo is that the end of the season is often when things go wrong. We do tend to start strong with him. That's my concern. I love the guy. I love his eyebrows. I would trade on one of mine to make him 3, and get him some untapped power, third eye or some shit. But the way we start seasons, I'm like, fucking hell, man, we're gonna win the sextuple at this rate. But as soon as January comes by, something happens to his teams where people start dropping like flies. Like I was very confident that he learned from his mistakes, of the 2015 season, and he's kind of, like has learned to, like rotate more and, rest his key players and whatnot. But nothing was done, bro, and the World Cup didn't help. I'm just going to give him the World Cup as the big excuse, but even then, it doesn't save him any face at all, in my opinion. Ashik says, "Don't forget, we still have Super Hazard." Yeah, get lost, man. My God, excesses, and then someone gets injured. Yeah. No, Carlo didn't win the World Cup. Carlo played in the 1990 World Cup. Yeah, so I was right. Amar said, Murphy, big up yourself. He says, what do you think about the lack of a positional style of manager, tactics like Guardiola, Arteta? Yeah, Farouk, come on, man. Get all in on this. Seems like Real relies on individually talented midfielders rather than a solid system. Any comments?
That's the thing, man. Like, even, since, when you look at time, like we're never gonna go to, coaches that are inflexible, because when you see one thing, we coaches like Carl, with Conte, Pep, Klopp, these are guys like, like they're evolutionists. They get an idea, they just, evolve that idea, and they always play irrespective of what that is, you understand? But for us, like, we don't give that time to managers to develop things like this. So you just have to come first and foremost, have a solid tactics and be able to, command the respect of the players more and more importantly, and for us, like, we always are going to rely on, because the thing is, we have star players. Eventually, these players are going to be better than any other person, like 99% of the time. You understand? We saw that, during the Zidane era. Even last season, we saw that as well. Like that, if these players play to their full potential, they're going to be better than any other team, like 9% of the time. So they need just, little impetus when it comes to tactical, coaching and what is not. So I feel like, that intricate coaching and what is not, like, as much as I love to see that, I actually know and accept that it's not going to happen at Real Madrid, honestly. This isn't going to happen here, because we don't have that time. We don't give that time to people. Because, you saw what happened with Pep in his first year. Everton put 4 past him. Leicester put 5 past him in his first season.
I was jumping around. My dog, I still remember.
Exactly. We know Klopp finished 7th in his first season as well, in the league as well. And Arteta's struggle is well documented as well, and so that's how the thing goes, and also we know how Conte is always his issues as well. So those coaches are very difficult, to deal with. And I believe that at our club, like, the only person who is the be it and easy it all is Florentino Perez. No one's, going to be given that much, leeway and time and whatever it is. So that's the thing, unfortunately.
Emerson had the fucking cheek to mention that gets you battered by Man City, though, unfortunately. Emerson, have you been alive for 3 weeks? Are you still in your mom's lap when you're watching us live? I don't know. Because
but that's the thing, the thing is that when it doesn't work, then this is what happens.
It has worked more often than not, right? More
definitely,
Jacob,
of course, definitely. That's true. That's very, very true, 100%. But the point is that it's worked more often than not, and there's also been a system in place to support these people, not just to go on the field and you guys can do it, boys. Just get do it, job done. That's not the thing, like they should be, in my opinion, they should be a bit more of, obviously not the Pep level or those guys level of, crazy intricate details and what.
Farooq, the question is, does the system guarantee you wins?
The point is Pep has turned the Premier League into the Farmers League. So
is it because of the system or is it because of the money they have?
It's a system that he has players with. Chelsea had infinite number of players as well.
Klopp has a system. Arteta has a system that doesn't guarantee them wins. Conte had a system. He went like.
How many times have we?
Okay, guys. You're talking about Real Madrid, who literally have an 11, Gala 11, Exi 11, world class 11.
You know, systems don't always work with Gala players. You have to keep that in mind.
So that's what I'm saying to you. The point is that if you get my
point is there isn't any way that having a system is better than not having a system and being flexible. Both of them are pretty valid ways of going about it, and you
definitely,
just pick whichever one's better for your team. But listen. My point is, not having a system is not a big thing. It's not that if we had a system this season, we would have had more successes. At the end of the day, all that matters is the players we have, the mentality they have, and the fitness levels. That's all that matters.
Actually, so this is the thing. Like, I'm not saying to you like a system guarantees you anything or like there's a certain way to play football. No, like obviously, like that's not the thing. Like, Diego Simeone will do his thing and his thing works, you understand? Ancelotti will do his thing and his thing works as well. Pep will do his thing and his thing works as well. But what I'm trying to point here to you is that this season was too lax. You understand? And what I'm saying is that it's my own personal choice, you understand? My personal choice now is that do I want to watch Arteta's Arsenal play or do I want to watch Simeone's Atletico Madrid play? Simeone's Atletico Madrid shows us that they can actually win titles. Otherwise, Arsenal has shown us that they can.
I mean, Simeone
honestly,
also has a system.
I would pay.
I wouldn't say Simeone plays without a system. Simeone also has a system.
I'm just comparing two systems. I'm not saying to you anything about a system or like that. I'm just comparing two systems.
And the expansive system.
Exactly. Right? I'm just comparing two systems here to you, understand?
But so here the debate is about, having system versus not having system. It's not about comparing types of systems. It's just about having a system or not. Real Madrid lost because, let's be honest, Real Madrid lost because we lack fitness. We lack
actually, I believe that we got our tactics wrong. I think totally the instructions given to the players was wrong. This is what I believe. So what I'm saying to you is that the lack of instruction is so severe. At least this is what I believe. This is or what I perceive rather. The lack of instructions is so severe this season that I think it's not possible. You don't need to have a system or anything, but they need to get an instruction in place. Obviously, your players are gonna do the hero ball thing. I mean, that's why we fell in love with Cristiano. Like he's the very definition of hero ball. You understand? But at least there's been an instruction in place for some things to remain as they are. I'm not asking you for a system or whatever. I'm just asking you for at least basic instructions. In my opinion, this season, what went wrong was the lack of instructions. Last season as well, there wasn't instruction. But what happened was that hero ball overpowered whatever was in front of them.
Jacob, anything to add?
I mean, I feel like Farouk has a point. He was right. Like we actually got our tactics wrong. We started the wrong players. We said it so many times in the previews and the post matches. We wanted someone to come on from the bench and actually change stuff. It's not just about not having the system. It's just that we need to get basic things right so that we can give a platform for our heroes to actually perform.
I actually disagree with Farouk when he says, Cristiano was the epitome of hero ball, because the fact of the matter is Real Madrid's entire system that season, that the entire duration was built upon getting Cristiano the ball in situations that he could take advantage of, So Cristiano wasn't playing alone. He was playing with 10 pretty damn good players, 10 world-class players who were serving the ball on a platter. So I disagree when you say Cristiano succeeded because he was the definition of hero ball. Anyway, this discussion is going to go on very long.
I think Farouk implies the fact that he was very clutch. His clutchness is what.
Yes, clutchness is different from
hero ball clutchness.
I mean, that's I mean, football is not basketball where you can literally, take the ball and do ISO football. But what I meant by that was, as Sunil said, it's about the clutchness of the team. You understand? Players coming in the right moment at the right time, getting you the what you need to get out, out of the hole. And the point is that it takes, something, I think, supernatural to do that, because as we've seen, we played Camavinga, Rodrigo, and Vinicius, they came, not even part of that, 3-peat era, and they also, have that idea, that mentality as well, to be able to, come clutch when it matters the most, honestly. But yeah, as you said, honestly, it's, it's a long conversation, but I would reiterate that, there is, as you said, I agree with you about that. There is no one way to play football. There are many ways to play football. What matters the most eventually is that have you won the game or not? That's eventually what you're being judged on. Unfortunately, football is a very harsh game, but this is the reality.
Very, very true point. Because see, when we played like that and won it all last year, obviously people like Farouk were concerned. His concerns were 100% validated this year, for sure. We can all agree on that. But when it's going good, I'm always a neutral guy, you know me, but when it's going good and winning you trophies, I don't mind, honestly. If I'm being second best on the pitch for large parts, I don't mind, because we all of us, we come from an era where it was a lot more pragmatic than it is today. So I think that kind of has the role to play, at least for me, it does. It kind of makes me have that. I think it's Mourinho who cultivated that. I'm not gonna lie, he is the guy who made me think that way. Even if you're second best on the pitch, and if you get the job done, the job is done. A few more comments. Right. XJ was saying earlier, we really, really need a solid defensive system. Not happening with Carlo. We just have to outscore the opposition. Mo, do you agree with the fact that Carlo doesn't heed to his defensive,
For me, the
setup.
fact of the matter is the team that went on to three-peat, the defensive
Yeah.
system for that team was developed by Ancelotti. So to say that Ancelotti does not know how to set up defenses is like, I don't really agree with that. I think the fact that we were porous defensively is down to the fact that, this season we missed Casemiro. In 2015, we missed, Xavi Alonso. So at the end of the day, it's the players that matter, and if you don't have the right profile of players, you're always going to struggle. I think Real Madrid this season, that was something, especially, after we lost Tchouaméni mid-season. And if
So why-
if Camavinga is playing CDM next season, or, even Tchouaméni, I think the season's going to go better.
See, bro, my question is, like, I know that, I was very ill-informed of Tchouaméni because I don't watch the Liga week in, week out. I just go by hearsay and what, people who watch him week in, week out tell me, tell us on Twitter, on Reddit, whatever, yeah. So I always had the mind that, yeah, he can be someone who can be molded into somewhat of a six who can sit, right? But as the season progressed and Tchouaméni showed us what he can do, I was convinced that he is more of a, driving with the ball guy, like he's not your Casemiro. But don't you think Carlo could have done something about it against City and basically as a one-off game, gave him an instruction to, sit in front of the back four, sweep. That's it. Just for one game.
I don't really think those are Tchouaméni's qualities. Sitting up in front implies that you have the defensive awareness. When to know
he doesn't
when to
have
go
it.
up
You're
in
saying,
there, yeah. You have to go and defend in half spaces. He doesn't really have it. I think Camavinga does that better. But the obvious issue is we didn't have a left back. If Mendy had been there, Camavinga probably plays the CDM and we probably do better. At the end of the day, it's just a question of ifs and buts. We'll see what the team is next season, and then and then we can judge.
Yeah, the Camavinga left back situation. I still remember me and Farouk even before I had the opportunity to plug in my fucking mic. We had a go at each other, over that decision. He was asking me, "What the fuck is going to change if Camavinga play midfield? We're still going to get battered 4-0." I still remember. Right. Yeah, Farouk is a tough guy, man. Honestly, like you guys should, brace yourselves when you're, going in, head on with this guy. Right. Ashik says, Ashik is taking care of Emerson. If tactics guaranteed wins, then how did all the tactical managers get their ass handed to them last season? Carlo and Real Madrid didn't get the memo, I guess. Ashik knows where it is at. Actually, last year when it works, you can't fault the man. Emerson says, fair enough. Flexibility is fantastic, but I think you can have both. I do think there is a that.
It doesn't. Real Madrid playing with flexibility does not mean that we do not have a system, or we just going and vibing around on the pitch. We do have a system. It didn't work because the players weren't fit. Players weren't available in key positions. We had to make do with makeshift players. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. It comes down to the players. If you don't have the right players in the right spots, you're not going to win. It's simple as that.
I think we lost before a ball was kicked. Unfortunately, from the way we looked, like you said, fitness-wise, energy levels-wise, something happened. Something drained, their juices out, for that game. He also adds, I do think that a good system leads to more reliability, especially in the league. And Pep has shown a good balance between both. Doing a 4-4-2 against Arsenal, for example. He says also, love your channel, by the way, keep it up. Much love for the love, Emerson. The 4-4-2 has reaped rewards for City this season. It has added a new sort of dynamism to their play. Ashik says, when you have bottomless basket of money to buy players to fit your tactics and have squad depth, then every manager looks like a genius.
We don't really have to go there. It's okay.
Yeah, but I'm just paying due diligence to what Ashik, takes he's our fellow poet, you can't really ignore what he says. Squad up plays a big part in winning the league. Real has 35 league titles playing the way they do. But if you look back, most of the league titles came in seasons with deep squads. Yeah, the squad is
that's a pretty valid point. Yeah, we lack squad depth this season. I think we've banged on about it. When we are going into the season with 23 players out of 5 or 6, you don't count. So
Yeah, that the 16-17 season, put it all into perspective. How much those guys, the B team guys, actually made the A team guys better, fresher, sharper, all of that. Like for the crunch part of the season. Ashik says today they are missing out on not watching Liga. I mean, but Nasser Liga has taken over La Liga. Apparently, ironic that he has the gall to say that. When did he say that? This guy.
No, Nasser Khalifi says the wildest of things. So,
what hashish does he smoke? Honestly, like I used to smoke hashish. It doesn't make you delusional. It's better than weed. XJ says, I agree with the CDM point, but our backline this season did seem to exist at times. Our box is far too easy to penetrate. Pause. Against anyone. Koto has little to no protection. Yeah, man. The ease with which
I mean, if you don't have proper CDM protecting the backline, that's going to happen, right?
You keep going back to the issue of a CDM. I would like to remind you that we actually conceded 4 goals to City, last season. We came from 3-0.
Yeah, we conceded 4 goals to City last season when Casemiro was not playing.
6 goals to City. Or 5 goals.
Let me just
4 goals to City. Casemiro wasn't playing.
And then we lost our 3-0 advantage to Chelsea as well. Let's not forget this as well.
Casemiro was again not playing in that game, I think.
Casemiro didn't play in the Chelsea game? Nah, man. Casemiro played in the Chelsea game.
I'm pretty
Casemiro
sure
didn't play the City game?
No, he didn't play the first leg.
Oh, the first leg. Yeah, I remember the first leg. Yeah.
Because Casemiro played in the Chelsea game because I remembered we completed the comeback without him. The point I'm trying to make here is that it's not about what happened this season. No, this has been there last season. We were conceding goals after goals after goals.
Man, every time we struggled last season, it was because Casemiro, when the moments were tough, Casemiro wasn't there. Yeah, we made comebacks without him, but the fact of the matter is when we made comebacks, the opposition teams weren't really attacking us.
But the point is,
apart from the Chelsea game,
you're in a hole with Casemiro already on the pitch. Then what else do you want?
I mean, City scored 4 when Casemiro was not playing.
Okay, I agree with you. I give you that.
So I don't really understand what the point is. Like,
what about the second?
Are you saying the CDM position is not important on the pitch?
I'm not saying to you that the CDM. I'm not discounting that. What I'm trying to say here too is that we concede chances upon chances upon chances, even with the presence of Casemiro there. Similar to what I think Ashik was, what Sunil was reading that Ashik was saying. We concede chances upon chances upon chances. We put
conceding chances doesn't really mean anything when at the key moments having a CDM is the difference between a win and a loss. Okay, we're going to concede the chance with everybody on the pitch. It doesn't really matter. But when the more key moments come, you need important players. And how many times hasn't Casemiro saved Real Madrid with key tackles inside the box?
I'm not, of course.
So that's the difference between winning and losing. I'm
not going to say
it's not like Casemiro is not a wall. He's not going to stop every shot from coming in, or
what I'm trying to
he's
say
not going to mop up.
Maybe I misunderstood you wrongly, but you're trying to paint a picture that actually last season Carlos Ancelotti's system was fault-proof and it was working.
I'm not
but
saying
this
that.
season you remove one player and then it stops.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is losing Casemiro was a big loss for us.
It would have helped,
it hurt
Farouk,
us.
It would have helped. You can't deny that.
Football, especially cup football is a game of moments. When you're lacking moments, key players, you're always going to struggle.
Jacob, do you agree with the sentiment that Casemiro?
We lost the league in February as well, so it's not like the City game was the peak and it was all and he's all.
The Chelsea fuckers, man. Chelsea fuckers. They should have given us more of a problem. I think it was too easy over 2 legs. The preparation was flaccid. That's my word against Chelsea.
I somewhat agree with what you said. If we had faced better teams than Liverpool and Chelsea, probably we go with more tempered hopes against it. We played against a team who's like Europa League level and another team who doesn't even finish top 10. So
yeah, I mean, especially the Anfield comeback kind of gassed us all up and whatnot. But anyway, this season is a write-off. XS says, but even crosses into the box, long ball, set pieces from anywhere. Carlo has to address that. Teams play past us so easily.
Very true, man.
Yeah, very true. Especially out wide. I don't know. Like, we used to be so good out wide, like preventing those guys from delivering the crosses in. Centre backs also, they are not essentially the greatest, in their roles. Militao, the way he started the season, the way he had, like, obviously when we do the the player the season review player ratings, blah blah blah, Militao is going to get a solid 8 or a 9 for some people, from some people for sure. But yeah, compared to last year, there were so many more efficiencies in his game this year that cost us. But yeah, man. Enough crying over spilt milk. Big up all of you guys in the chat who has been with us for almost 2 hours, coming up to 2 hours. Unfortunately, this will be Farouk's last episode for a while because he's going off to score some what do you call it, Farouk? in Uruba. What do you
I was
how do you say
waiting.
it?
I was waiting for you to use whatever word you're gonna. I don't know whatever you call it. You call it what you call it.
Score some money shots over the summer break. Man had been starved of action for years. This is his big break. I hope he gets the job done. Fabrizio says he has a big chance to actually get the job done, but until we here we go, we can't really confirm what Farouk's position is going to be throughout the summer. But we're going to miss him. Unfortunately, we can't have our regular spats. I'm going to miss that for a while. I don't know, maybe Mo is a good shout. Like, we don't get along well either. Like, that is a good starting place to replace Farouk for the immediate future. But there'll be a gaping hole, because without the Kamavinga slander, without all the the bullshit that he fucking spews, the podcast isn't the same, man, unfortunately. But yeah, big up Farouk. Hope you somehow
Come back alive.
or gets managed to get suspended or some shit, come home early. I don't know.
Dishonorable
man,
discharge, yeah.
Can do. I mean, so it's not ideal, but if it gets the job done, I'm all for it, bro. Honestly, I'm all for it. Right. Yeah. Also, go check out our partners on Instagram. Real Madrid Committee. The link is in the description below. Massive respect to all of our audio listeners throughout the world. Nowadays, when I keep an eye on our demo, the demographics of our audience, it's fucking fucked. This is whatever we are discussing on a particular day. Right, man. Ashik is asking, Farouk is leaving the podcast. What? I don't agree with that. I wish he was leaving the podcast, but unfortunately, I don't have the power for that. He's above me. Farouk is basically, if you can explain, keep it strictly NSFW, yeah? I mean, SFW, okay? Yeah? So, just a safe shit.
I'm going to serve my country, so that's just a thing, and I will be out for maybe 3 to 6 months, so. Oh, here's the thing.
Maybe you can have a couple of his vlogs. From over at the camp, no? No chance, yeah? No phones allowed, yeah, Farouk?
Nah. I mean, you can use computers eventually, but phones aren't like personal phones.
Is it like a monastery or something,
Monastery, man said monastery, Fuck, Is he going to be castrated at the end? Huh? Is that what is this is leading up to? I don't know, man. Fuck,
for being a public menace,
But yeah, man, in all seriousness, Jacob and Mo, any parting words for Farouk?
Yeah, I'll
make sure to I'm not dying, man.
Yeah,
I'm not dying, man.
What did you say, Mo? I didn't catch that.
I was just saying, I'm gonna shed a few tears and hope you come back alive. So that's all.
Yeah. Jacob has been Farouk has been Jacob's greatest pillar of strength for the past 12 months. I used to ditch him, on a weekly basis for previews. Farouk was the guy who was backing him up. Yeah, so it must be special. Your speech should hit home, compared to me and Mo.
No pressure at all, man.
No pressure. Yeah, I mean, no pressure at all. But I'm just gonna go with Javier's stance. I gotta believe that
Yeah.
Farouk is gonna be back within 2 months because of some reason.
Okay.
That's a good place to start, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so as
Javier
soon as
has
the
been
season is gonna start, as soon as the transfer window is done, he's gonna be here. That's what I believe in. Let's see.
Yeah, rooting for the dishonorable discharge. Yeah.
that's the only thing you can hang on to at this moment in time. But Farouk, bro, final question before you go. So Jude is happening, and Karim Benzema staying. Yeah, you think?
Well, I think it's difficult, man. Honestly, I think it's as you guys said, like it's just too much point to leave on the table. But if there's anything, I do kind of actually have this bit of thing in my mind that actually like Karim will understand the situation that the club finds itself in, and will extend for one more year.
One more year. Yeah, I think that should be done in goodwill. I'm pretty sure.
But let me finish my thing. Let me finish my thing. But this is now the actual last dance. This is actually what means something. But he has to do it with Carlo Ancelotti, and they have to sit down, defend there on the goal line, and hit one ball ahead and hit the other one. And if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. This is what needs to be special. This actually should be what should be special, But I just feel a bit sad that he's gonna sacrifice to stay with us, and we cannot send him off in glowing terms, man. I don't know.
Next year, the money is going to be still on the table, right? Mo? Like, it's not going anywhere.
I know, but the point is, it's his last dance, bro. Like he should not go out, by finishing second. 20
if it really is his last dance, we should just thank Ancelotti and bring back Zidane.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. For this last dance, we need to, I don't know, man. I don't feel really optimistic about it, but
I'm getting all giddy with that Mo shout, where he said we should bring back Zidane. If that's gonna be a reality, then yeah, man, adios Carlo. He can rest. But yeah, man. Big up to all of you again. Yeah, like at the end of every episode, I would like to remind you guys that whatever messages that you guys sent us, after you listen to us like every week, it means so much to us, man. Like I'm truly humbled by so many of your responses and how you have been telling us that this helps you get through a week, get through lull. It means a lot. It means a lot. Like we didn't expect this to be ASMR when we started out, because we come from very humble beginnings, me, Farouk, Mo, Jacob. I don't think so. He's not so humble, but we all do this to have a chilled out conversation about football. Nothing more than that. We are not journals. We don't have a name to back us or anything. No, not ITKs. So I must say Mo is like 70% an ITK, because I think Twitter gets to him before it gets to us, peasants. But yeah, man, we are just common men, discussing the game we love.
You are just a common man. You are just a common man.
I know you're royalty, but shut up about it for 1 second, bro. Like, I understand.
I mean, people need to know what's the point of being royalty. If only I know that I'm royalty.
Which royal dynasty do you belong to, bro? Huh? Which one? Which one?
Go and do your homework, bro. Search about that, and you can announce it the next time.
Fair enough. Right. If you hook me up with some good woman, I'm gonna big you up every fucking episode. Until then, bro, unfortunately, you get no prop, bro. Yeah, man, Farouk, good luck, bro. Hope to see you soon, my friend. Yeah, man. And on that note, hope Benzema doesn't stay on the pitch, like I said, for long. Easy game out, win 1-0 scrappy, something, end the season, and then we start afresh. Jude preview, by the way, tomorrow, 10 p.m. CET, 4 p.m. EST. I think it'll be a good one. We are joined by Ben McFadden, if I'm not mistaken. That's how it's pronounced. BVB London's president. He's also a writer. Yeah, we'll get the chance to pick his brain about Jude Bellingham and what he brings to the table as well. I'll be joined by Yato and Javier, Bundesliga experts. So watch out for that one tomorrow, 10 p.m. CAT, 4 p.m. EST. On that note, Ala Madrid people.
Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.
Goodbye, Farouk.
Adios.
Adios.